TNA drops the ball with their television debut of Impact. Becky Lynch says on WWE Unreal Season 2 that she's fixing to retire. And Tommaso Ciampa is as good as gone from the WWE. Welcome to your new wrestling obsession. This is Off the Mat. I hope you guys are having a great Thursday night. Dom, Sticks, how are you boys doing this evening?
Doing good. Ready to go.
Exactly. Like I was saying, getting ready for this snowstorm that's going to hit us. So,
snowstorm?
Yeah, snow. Hey, not booger sugar. Snowstorm.
You got a little stuff on your nose. You should wipe it off there real quick. Down a little white powder. That's not a graphic on his shirt. He just wrote heel in his snowstorm. Sticks, how are you doing tonight? Are you in our actual universe tonight, or are you still floating through outer space?
I believe I'm in the Prime universe, which is the Off the Mat universe. So I'm ready to go.
All right.
Fine, nice. Yeah. And you made it here early too. You didn't oversleep, overthought things. You're here.
Nope. Nice. Good. Nope.
Good to go. And you seem a lot livelier. You're freaking your hamster on the wheel that's freaking making your internet happen. Looks like it's good internet.
Don't jinx it, Tom. Don't jinx it.
All right. It was a busy week for wrestling. You know, did anybody catch the Unreal?
Nope.
I didn't get a chance to watch it. I was going to watch it, but I did see bits and pieces. Very interesting. A lot of good tidbits. A lot of stuff like behind the scenes, you know, which you normally don't see.
That's what it is.
You know, and yeah, it's really like you don't see that, like the real thing going into the.
Wow.
And look. The big heartbreaker was seeing that LA Knight was going to lose the ladder match, and he had that sad look in his face, like he's like, "You're going to go. It's going to be really challenging, and you're going to go up there to the ladder, and you're going to get this and that, and then you're going to get pulled." And it's like, "Damn, man, let the man win. Let the man win."
Where is he? Where is he, Ben?
He's going to be back for a Rumble. You see what happens.
I think they're changing his name.
You know,
what are you? Was it going to be Max Dupree again?
Nah.
Bring back male models.
The only reason I say that because now in NXT they have that one guy, Eli Knight.
Well, you know what, man? Listen, have him in a tag team with Matt Cardona and have him call him Knight Rider. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do, man.
There you
go. Yeah.
He's not Zack Ryder anymore. Knight. He's Matt Cardona.
Well, but you still
can't do Knight Rider.
Matt Ryder.
Yeah. But so it was a very interesting week in wrestling. You know, Baron Corbin showed up in AEW. You know, it's
was that
yeah, right. So interesting.
Happy Corbin.
Happy Corbin.
Happy he's getting a paycheck again.
You know, what did you think about the ending of Raw, man? I thought it was a pretty good match. You know, it kind of tells you, opens eyes that looks like Finn is going to become good. You know,
that was interesting. That was an interesting.
I know, but about time they're going to end the Judgment Day. You know, so we'll see what happens with that, man.
I don't think the ending of Raw necessarily depicts anything, as it's an international crowd and it's in his home country. So I think it was more of like just kind of a nod to the both of them being there and wrestling and putting on a show and all the good, the good sportsmanship that they had, and Finn being in his home country, just kind of giving Finn that rub, that send off. I don't think it has anything to do with his Judgment Day status or where he's going to go from here.
Now, if something happens next week where they make it a thing, that's different. I mean, but right now, I'm with Matt. It's just
who's to say it's Dominic Mysterio and throw him out of the ring in Royal Rumble, and he gets pissed off.
Let's talk about that, because
again,
it feels like to me WWE is just selling the Saudis or taking the Saudis' money and phoning in the Royal Rumble because. What are we doing here? Like,
well, listen,
we're a week away from the Royal Rumble, and we've got what 2-3 participants declaring for the Royal Rumble. What are we doing here?
You know what? It's like it's usually, don't you? Like in the past, you always get, I'm going to be in the Royal Rumble. This is going to. and they really hyping it. It seems like it's not really hyped this year to a certain aspect. You know, the stage
it used to start right after Survivor Series.
Yeah, but what they're building is not even built yet. They're still working on it. You know, you have a week to go.
We're back to square one.
You know, and then they post the poster up, and they kind of like spoiled a lot of the surprises that were going to be. Maybe it's smoke and mirrors. Maybe it's maybe it's just like they put that up there just to think. You think a lot of these people are coming, and then there's other people that are going to show up that you least expect. But I don't know. It doesn't seem like the hype is there for Royal Rumble.
I don't believe it is.
You know,
partially because, or mostly because, take your pick, because it's overseas. The American audience can't go in person.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I haven't heard many people say, "Oh yeah, I'm going over to Riyadh to see Royal Rumble." You know.
So listen. You talk about the Saudis buying WrestleMania.
How many people can?
Musk is throwing money out the WWE or TKO WWE. So
you can't believe
I don't know if
everything
that's
you
real
read on the internet.
I know.
I don't
but
know if that's real.
who would you rather own WWE? The Saudis or Elon Musk? Think about it.
Neither.
Listen. You know,
Jim Cornette.
Did you see the viewership?
That's like asking, would you rather eat shit or diarrhea?
Did you see? You know, I don't know, man. That's a hard one to say. I'd rather have frozen feces.
Shit soup or
shit soup. Nah, but did you see the viewing numbers of the pay-per-views of the PLEs that they showed the views of how many? It's very surprising that they still have a huge viewership.
have not.
You know, I don't know, man. Just you know, wrestling, like, you know, it's just like really there's so much overload now with wrestling. There's so much wrestling now. It's just really hard to keep up with a lot of the shows. You know, it's still exciting, but the whole fact the shows is so much. Like, you know, every day of the week you got a wrestling show, just about.
Yeah,
Monday,
I mean, it's
Tuesday.
easy to keep up when the shows are crap, and you don't want to watch them. You know.
Yeah. But with that being said, Matt.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of news stories that are coming out from the world of wrestling. You want to talk on some of those right now? You want to?
Well, I mean, you tell me, Dirty Dom.
What about
what's going on?
The blunder with the AI, which AI actually it hit a miss. So because WWE wants to use AI, you know, they made a good storyboard with AAA for Dominic Mysterio. Gave him a good little thing with the championship belts, the greatest luchador. They accidentally gave him a AEW belt, the championship belt, and that was funny because it stayed up on the website for a while.
Oh yeah,
for a while,
for a couple days. Yeah.
They didn't take it down right away, which was kind of funny. But
I noticed it was down on Tuesday or Wednesday when I watched. They had already changed it in the video, so
that was kind of funny. But Dominic did look good with the AEW belt on.
Well, I mean, he looks good with any belt. How does something like that get past your QA or your you know, your people who are you got to have someone who watch it. Look at this. This is what we made. Make sure it's good. Oh yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
Isn't there a marketing? Isn't there somebody from marketing that actually
supposed to be? Yeah. These quality control people. They're supposed to have these.
And
so
they filter out,
especially if you're using AI.
Of course, AI. Look, you know, I've been watching a lot of AI music videos. You know, they've been collaborating music videos like Creed, Evanescence, and Nickelback together and making the songs, which the songs are freaking awesome. But the AI in the videos is horrendous. All they got to do is they got rain coming down, people explosions, people's face. It's just wild. And then you see a hand. They put like 6-7 fingers on one hand. It's like the hands are like ridiculous. Like it's like that. So there's a lot of stuff in AI that has to be really looked through before you post things and put them on the national,
So,
especially WWE.
yeah.
You know,
So I remember when we used to do the AI over on SNS.
Yeah.
You know, and they would do you'd get 6 fingers,
Yeah,
like
the 6
3
fingers.
legs. You know, it would not look right. It just wouldn't look right. You know.
So, Matt, what do you think? Tony Khan, AEW, said about the fact that he's seen Dominic, the greatest luchador, wearing an AEW belt in a promotional vignette, right? When they were showing that he
Vignette,
yeah.
I'm not familiar with this. If I'm being honest with you, I have not seen anybody talking about this.
I sent you the video link when I first saw it.
What did Tony Khan say?
I don't know if Tony Khan said anything, but I'm just saying I just wonder what he said because he definitely had to say something. And like we were talking, Matt,
I'm sure he did.
The marketing, it's so many in marketing in WWE. How do you miss that? And how do you put that your rival, your rival competition, and then you have one of your superstars. Yes, it's an age-generated picture, it's a drawing, a sketch, this and that, but have that come up in AEW, in AAA, and have that shown, which is kind of funny. It's like that person should be fired. The person that actually was overlooking that, and it stayed up for a while.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just. I wonder if
that falls on 2 people, right? That falls on the creator, and like I said, the quality control, whoever looking at it to say, yeah, they put that out on film for the actual show. You know, so.
Hey, Matt, can you pull up a picture by chance? Let me see if you can pull up a picture, find it, like just
of what Dom holding the AEW belt,
the AI AAA picture with the AEW belt, I guess, on him. If you can, if it's still up, I don't know if you can.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find it.
I mean, it's still up.
It's the internet. The internet never forgets.
I know, but it's kind
of listen. I love MJF, but I mean, if you're gonna give Dominic Mysterio the AEW championship, you're just gonna give that belt so much credit because it's actually on a guy who's in a promotion that's worth a damn. Because AEW is not where it's at.
I know, and I was saying that Dominic looked good with the belt, even though it was a drawing a picture. If he looked good with the AEW belt on, you know, so kind of it's kind of funny.
I mean, where's MJF at? You know,
I think MJF also made a comment about WWE. He had something about the under 30 championship, all old people, WWE owned belts. You know, it's like
here's this isn't the one you're talking about, but someone did on Instagram. I appreciate that one.
Man, it's actually good. It looks pretty
But this is I'll share the AI one. This should be the AI one right here, but it's not pulling up. Hold on, I'm working on it still. Dominic Mysterio is all elite thanks to AI botch.
Yep. Huh. I'm telling you, people who the marketing's.
We'll throw it to Cage Side there.
Yeah.
Shout out Cage Side.
It's a pretty cool rendering of a.
The video was good. I mean, the video was good.
It was good, but dude, it's just funny how
Dominic Mysterio, the only man to walk into AAA and leave as the new AEW World Champion.
He's the man. Not only he gets all the babes, he's the man and all the champions.
Collecting belts and promotions that he doesn't even go to.
Exactly.
Hey,
interesting. You know what?
Suck it, Mercedes Moné. Dominic Mysterio is the real belt collector.
Exactly. But now think about it. That's a blunder that you know that TKO and Triple H, these guys are all like, what the hell? I can't wait for if they have Unreal Season 3. You know, they have to be on there. They have to talk about it.
Ain't going to be on there.
You don't think so? You don't think
No.
about the promotions with the AAA and then the blunder AI? They have to. Come on, man. If you're going to be
I don't
real,
think
How did that make it through
Unreal is-
all of WWE's logistics? Like, do they
That's what
not
I'm
have any
saying.
like promo, like logistics? Nothing that
Quality
researches
control.
it?
Where's
Like,
quality
how does this
control?
make
That's
it
what I'm
through all
saying.
that? No,
That's what I'm
no
saying.
quality control whatsoever.
somebody in marketing should be fired. Because if you're the part of the marketing department that's overseeing that, how do you not see that?
Maybe it's a shot. Maybe it's a shot by Nick Khan and WWE and TKO where they're saying, "Look, your belt looks better on our guy."
Maybe we're
Sorry about it.
We're gonna make the AEW belt now WWE belt.
I think that's definitely a promotional botch.
Yeah, that definitely is. And see, and that's
Like if I'm being honest right now, I think the AEW belt or the WWE belt would look better on MJF than anybody you're telling currently.
But you see, that's what you get with AI. Is a hit and miss with AI. You know, that's why AI still isn't perfected yet. There's a lot going on with AI. Somebody, like I said, if you're making a promotional thing, somebody has to write. You know, when you make a song for AI, or if you want to tell a story, you have to put in stuff to let AI generate the story or the song, something. So somebody in marketing maybe messed up and says they WWE, AEW, or they.
I don't think there's a question. Yeah.
No, but that was great. That was a crazy story this week, which, but you know,
I think let's kind of move on from this. The one thing I want to kind of talk about, and I'm watching the new episode now, but I'd like to talk about how just how terrible TNA was last week. I mean, I'd like to get to talking about TNA, but after that episode, I don't watch their pay-per-views, so apparently Genesis was really good, but you can't have one be good and one be like, you know,
they blundered the AJ Styles return. You know that they should have made it more of a surprise.
They did nothing with him.
They did nothing, and then Dixie Carter came out and they were booming her like crazy.
Yeah, they booed her out of the building.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, dude, you are partnered with WWE.
Mm-hmm.
You should know, and the people at AMC should know, camera angles. They matter.
Oh my God,
WWE has seat fillers for a reason.
Yep.
AEW will black out seats with curtains that aren't filled.
Mm-hmm.
There's ways to frame your shots that any good production manager, any cameraman worth his weight knows how to pull off. And when they are sitting here showing their celebrity section, because they're trying to be WWE, their celebrity section with people from a show on AMC that nobody knows about or cares about, then you're showing your celebrity section and it's just a sea of emptiness behind you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like
they might as well have been sitting in the back.
I want to know how many like seats this arena hold and how many of their tickets sold. And then you've got Moose from AEW, or not AEW, sorry, TNA, going out there and taking shots at wrestling commentators in the IWC for talking shit, and not even really talking shit, but just basically laying it out there how it is with TNA, with this TNA presentation that, you know, their live show, they're back on TV for the first time in umpteen years. You know, it should have been a grandiose production. They've had plenty of time to prepare for it. And it's like, it was like OVA doing a television event.
Do you think that
they might as well have been coming from a gymnasium?
I know it looked like a barnyard friggin' wrestling promotion that
it was not good. Listen, that was not good.
You know, look, to give benefit of the doubt, you know, trying to make a great show on, you know, having a new station now where you're going to be home of your wrestling brand. You know, your partners with WWE. They could have had help from. They might have reached out for help for WWE, and maybe they said, "Listen, we can't. We got the Royal Rumble coming. We got things we got to take care of. You know, there's a lot of things that are happening. We can't. I don't know why you showed that.
So some say this is AI.
Yeah, that is AI. Yeah, dude. I'm fast. Yeah, give me some cool ass shit, man. Put me in wrestling gear, man. Come on, man. Do something. The pickle pulverizer. That's the move.
Whoa. What you do on your off time is your own business, dog.
There you go. I don't know. Like I said, it could for a promotion that had that. You're right. Had a long time to get ready and to put out.
And they're not new. They're not new to the game.
No, they're not.
They're not new to the game.
They're not new to the game. You know, it's just unfortunate. It just didn't pan out to what the expectations were. And like I said, the whole thing with AJ Styles, that should be more of a surprise type of thing of scenario. You know,
he flew from Europe.
Yeah,
to come back.
The surprise is going to be
flew back.
AJ Styles goes and wins the TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
Well, we're going to be talking about AJ Styles in a minute because there's a lot of things with AJ Styles happening at the moment.
Yeah.
But look, let's put it this way. Hopefully, that TNA can get back on track and
I don't know,
push out some good content. I know that the Genesis was a much better show. I didn't see it.
The other thing with TNA is they have an angle going on right now where Frankie Kazarian and Nick Namath both won a tournament to be like the Call Your Shot tournament. So they both got to call their shot at the world champion at any time. And we saw Frankie Kazarian cash that in one week when Nick Namath wasn't there to be world champion and take the belt off of Santana a week after he won it.
Yep.
In New York.
Then Santana won it back last week on Impact. And then they had Nick Namath come out to call his shot. And it happened after the show was already off the air.
I know. They exactly.
Their most interesting angle that they've got going, they didn't even televise it.
See, that's the thing. What is going on with somebody? It's like the WWE with friggin' the Von Evans signing Devon Evans off when you commercial break. You don't have that signing on TV, and it's like, come on, what's going on with?
They do every other signing with a big deal, and then they leave him to the.
But yeah, you're right. That is a interesting angle, and you know what's crazy? You know, I always tell you, I don't mind people like winning the belt. You go out one week, you win the belt, and it goes back and forth. You know, it makes the belt a little bit more interesting instead of having somebody hold the belt for freaking 3 years. Roman Reigns, 4 years, whatever. But I think that they lack wrestlers. They need some more wrestlers. They should look at the indie scene and try to sign some people. Because they don't have that many wrestlers. And I know they signed Sonya Deville. I know they signed her. They signed her for a contract.
6 months. I heard she's on a 6-month contract.
They signed her, and they signed freaking Jade. What's her name? Cora.
Yeah, the ex-Cora Jade.
Yeah, ex-Cora Jade.
They signed her. I'm surprised she came back. She went back to wrestling. So basically, she was going. Oh, I guess the OnlyFans didn't work out. What she was doing.
I don't know.
But there's some other wrestlers out there. There's a lot of wrestlers that are out there that are looking for jobs. And every other week you keep hearing WWE keeps is interested in signing that guy. How about sign the people that need to be signed? How about signing?
There's always someone out there looking for a break.
Exactly. How about sign Karrion Kross? Enough's enough already. But you're right, man. Look. I know it was all messed up, but I think hopefully they get back on track and we could have some decent shows with TNA. And now maybe you could have, like I said, you could have the main roster guys after everything's said and done. Have main roster guys show up instead of a lot of TNA guys, NXT guys. Going into to have some main roster. Hey, look, I think next year Survivor Series. If you really put it in perspective, if you still have the partnership to 2028, have an angle where TNA invades SmackDown and Raw, and then you have have them part
I
of
think
the.
they should have already done that by now.
No, I know, but now you could have them as the main roster. Have and then have a surprise. Have one person that's part of Raw, but part of the thing that actually is with TNA now. That actually will be somebody because you could have had the NXT. You could have had a battle royal of I don't think they should do War Games next year. I think next year should be
I definitely don't think they should do War Games next year.
Supremacy.
I think they played that out for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Then you've said in the past, go back to the blue versus red brand.
Yeah.
Which is
a few years ago, remember when they had NXT part of it? How cool that was! You had you had the 3 different brands fighting each other. I thought that was pretty good. I'd rather see that. Because you get War Games. How many? You only have a group of people. The other people can't be involved. You could have different people part of factions that could be part of the blue and red brand. And then, like I said, you could sneak people. Right. If you have a TNA now come in as part of that, you could have a crossover tournament, with TNA to bring up the viewership for TNA.
Yeah. And isn't that how we got Roman Reigns to have both belts? Right? Where he had the SmackDown belt and the Raw belt.
Yeah, well, they had him.
He was
a free agent. He was a free agent going back and forth, and he happened to be able to get 2 belts. See, that's another thing. If you have championship belts, you should be able to go to all the shows.
Here's the problem right now.
Yeah.
WWE has so much talent they don't even know what to do with. They re-signed Rusev, and then they pulled him from TV because they have no plans for him, and they don't want him just to lose over and over and over again. Wrestle pointless matches, you're saying. So they pull him from TV. They're bringing in Hobbs.
Yep.
Powerhouse Hobbs. Why? I don't know. They've already got a dude who's similar physique in Obafemi. Are they making a new group with them? Who knows?
Listen,
they're bringing in Powerhouse Hobbs. We're getting to the point now where we're in the road. The road to WrestleMania starts in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, 1 week. Next Saturday, we start the road to WrestleMania with the Royal Rumble. And so we're getting ever so closer to future endeavor season because there's going to be a lot of people that are future endeavored after WrestleMania. And there is every year. It's just the nature of the beast, the cycle of the beast, right? So we don't need I feel like we talk about it every week. We don't need title changes every 5 minutes. We don't need NXT. We don't need to worry about NXT versus this, that, and the other thing versus Survivor Series. It needs good story.
Yes.
We need good story. We need good wrestling. And that's what TNA had last week. TNA had good wrestling. Their production wasn't the greatest. They had missteps. They'll get it, figured out.
Yeah.
And it'll be a good product, I think. I have faith in TNA. I like what they're doing over there.
So do I.
Yeah.
They could have used WWE's help in that.
They could have. And they might have asked it. Like I said, WWE might have been too busy.
And, especially with WWE, they obviously have a good enough working relationship where potentially you're going to see, more TNA stars on WWE television and vice versa. Potentially AJ Styles is going to leave WWE to go wrestle for TNA one more time.
Yep.
We'll get into all that. Who knows with that? But we're already kind of starting to see this trickle down effect of people leaving. WWE isn't the only company in town anymore. Look, a massive star like Tommaso Ciampa is walking away from the business. Like he put out on Twitter or Instagram that, he's not going to renew his contract. He's going to walk away, but he's not leaving professional wrestling because he's already talking about taking future bookings and that he's open for business and all that. So people like Matt Cardona, Cody Rhodes come in here, and you've got to wonder how much they tell these guys, hey man, I made more. And that's the one thing you hear constantly. Hey, I made more money on the indie circuit than I made in 1 year in WWE.
Yep.
And that's why I love Matt Cardona. I loved him when he was Zack Ryder, the ultimate underdog.
Yep. And
you bring him back in, and I hate the idea of him just working with the younger guys and being that guy to put up over talent. I hate that idea. You brought him in for a reason. Let that man hold the WWE Championship. He deserves it.
Yeah.
Let him build. Let him work. Like, I think that he should own that third hour of a SmackDown. And WWE should let him do what he does for that third hour of SmackDown. Tommaso Ciampa was a fantastic performer in NXT, black and gold. His matches versus Johnny Gargano are some of the craziest matches I've ever seen. And I got to witness one of them live in person.
That's cool.
You know, like, where's that Triple H? Where is the black and gold era NXT Triple H? I don't need to see WWE Unreal and his less than questionable, you know, business actions with Io Sky. Like, Vince Russo is absolutely ripping Triple H apart about unprofessional work environment because of that shot in Unreal where Io Sky comes back and jumps into his arms and they hug. I think WWE Unreal, it's taking more air out of the business. The internet already does enough. We already know what's going to happen in advance. We already have spoilers. We don't need to see how the bread is made.
Yeah.
You're right.
Right.
You know, you got to leave some air of a mystery to this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we all know it's fake. We all know it's predetermined. Yeah, but there's still the pageantry of it. And by WWE Unreal is just taking the pageantry of it away.
Mm-hmm.
So, to me, it doesn't matter what they do, NXT versus this or that or the other thing, or who has this. Without the story, you have to have the story to make the wrestling matter.
Yeah. Yes,
And a lot of the story is told in the ring between the two performers. And I think that's what AEW does well. And I think TNA does that well, is their wrestlers, their performers tell a great story in the ring, but outside of the ring, there's no cohesive story. So there's nothing, you got to kind of use the element of what's going on outside the ring to make you care about what these two performers are doing in the ring.
Yep.
In the ring.
And
right.
I feel like right now, TNA and AEW are both right there where they can't get their heads out of their asses about what's going on outside of the ring to make what's going on in the ring matter. And WWE can't get their heads out of their asses to make what's going on outside of the ring or in the ring come together to matter. At least for me, like, look at Finn Balor versus, we were just talking about it, Finn Balor versus CM Punk on Raw. Great match. Fantastic match. And they put it together in a week. You know, that was a nice little liner of Punk being like, yeah, I called you out, but that was weeks ago. Where you been? There's really no story there other than CM Punk won the title and says, I want to face some of the best in the company, and names Finn Balor, a guy who otherwise has been mid-carded or lower mid-card, stuck in the diabolical ruins of the tag team division on Raw.
Every week playing video games in the back.
We're going to have a Raw tag team #1 contenders match that consists of the Creeds. And like these hodgepodge teams. There's no tag team division on Raw.
Where are the
Finn
Creed
Balor
parties?
has outgrown the Judgment Day.
Yes.
It's time to move on from Finn Balor to move on from the Judgment Day.
Yep. I want the demon Finn Balor back.
And I really think that WWE Unreal is hurting the product by showing the fans who are already skeptical of the writers, who are already skeptical of the product, just how little consideration goes into a lot of this.
Did you see when Jesse James was talking about the writing? There was like one thing, he was sitting there, they were talking about putting a match together. And it's like some of the matches, and you sit there and you scratch your head. It's like, no. It's like, you know, it's like, I don't know, like, you know, you're $1 billion corporation. Now, corporation, and you can't find writing. Then you go to, like I said, you go to AI, and you have mistakes like the Dominic Mysterio mistake with the freaking AEW belt. That's the problem. You know, listen, wrestling, we used to have things built up story through time, and then the climactic thing happens in the big PLEs. The Royal Rumble. Is anybody psyched for the Royal Rumble?
What? No, because we don't even know what's going on with it.
Exactly. We don't even know.
That's why I started the show saying, like, is WWE just selling out by taking the Saudis' money? And they're like, you know, who gives a shit about the Royal Rumble? It's one of our top 3 pay-per-views every year, but we're going to take it outside of the U.S., go to a mostly Middle East, audience, because nobody from the States is really going to travel there. Nobody outside of the States is really going to travel there for the Royal Rumble.
Nope.
So you're presenting it to a mostly Middle Eastern audience, and it just feels like there's no buzz for it. There's no we've gotten Cody Rhodes, Gunther, Jey Uso announced for the Royal Rumble so far. Yeah. We only know that like the likes of Izzy Dame and some of these other NXT are going to be in the Rumble because they're spoiling it by the banners that are being put up outside of the stadium that isn't even built yet.
It's not even built. It's still working on it. Look, let me tell you something. For them to
that could be ready in 2 weeks.
It looks like it's not going to be ready. It looks like it's going to be partially ready by the time they get it. But then again, they can build anything over there. They make their listen. Think about it. They freaking goddamn make their own weather out there. You can make your own clouds and have rains. So, I don't know. It's just weird. And look, I understand you want to go internet. You want to go out to the Middle East. You want to do things and have things there. But those big the 4 PLEs that we get should be in the States. That's your money makers. Those are the ones those are the big boys. All these other all these other PLEs they have, those are the ones. If you want to go, to the go. Backlash.
No, I don't think they have to be in the States. Like, I think that like England deserves, or the UK deserves a WrestleMania. They don't have to be in the States. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it just feels like in other years, the Royal Rumble is pushed as this big event. It's one of their biggest events. It's like they're leading to their Super Bowl. WrestleMania is their Super Bowl. It's like
who's next.
It's like their NFC Championship game, if you will.
Yeah.
And it just feels like WWE is like, all right, Saudi Arabia, we'll give you the Royal Rumble because you're willing to throw money at us, but we're not going to put any effort into it. We don't care. It's not in the States. It's not to our primary audience. We don't care. We're going to give you the Royal Rumble, but we'll take your money, but we're not going to put any effort in it because that's exactly how it feels. What do we have right now at the Royal Rumble? We have the men's Royal Rumble match that so far has Jey Uso, Gunther, and so we're gonna have Gunther pulling double duty that night. And who else? Cody Rhodes,
maybe.
Yeah.
Then we got AJ Styles versus Gunther, with AJ's career on the line. Which I'm surprised WWE's pulling the trigger on that one already.
I got some theories on this. I got some theories on that. We'll go back to that when you let's just finish talking about this.
That. Royal Rumble tonight.
But then you got Drew McIntyre versus the winner of the Fatal 4-Way this Saturday at Saturday Night Main Event, which that card looks abysmal. And
again, 3 matches.
CM Punk has no opponent right now at the Royal Rumble.
No.
The Raw tag team, no opponent right now. SmackDown tag teams, no opponent right now. The Women's Intercontinental Championship, nothing, nada. Becky Lynch is probably going to the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
the Women's United States Championship, nothing, nada.
Let me ask you a question. All kidding aside, should you be able to go into the Royal Rumble if you're a champion? If you have a belt?
If you're a mid-card champion, absolutely. If you're an Intercontinental champion or United States champion,
but you take away from an opportunity of somebody fighting. You just put.
Yeah, but they could fight for a higher belt.
Okay, you know what? I tell you what. Why don't you have a match? Have a match, and then you go into the Royal Rumble later. But You're a champion. You shouldn't just go into Royal Rumble and then there's no card there. You should be fighting somebody.
Well, it's like your job. If you're promoted to manager, do you feel like that's where you should be stuck at, and you shouldn't be able to go and move up to like district manager? Because that's pretty much what it is. You're a mid card champion, so you're like a manager, and now you're moving up to a supervisor.
You can go into the Rumble, but the fact is that you should be fighting. You're a champion. You should have a match on the show itself.
Sure, pull
and
double
then later on go into the thing. But they don't do that.
No, they don't.
No. Figure Jade Cargill, in 80 days she's a champion. Who's she fought?
She hasn't wrestled one match. Wait, maybe she has.
No, she B-Fab, and she hurt both of them, which is kind of crazy. But this is the thing, and you have Stephanie Vakir now that she's injured, and but what are they doing? See, and that's the problem. They have people week after week walk around. Pay-per-view should be meant to have these big championship matches, man. And I don't care if it's a Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, freaking back. If it's a PLE, you're paying all this money for. You want to see the champions perform. And they're not doing it.
Because they don't have story. They don't have direction. There's nothing there for them right now.
That's stupid. That is the dumbest thing.
In Jade Cargill's position, they rushed her into that belt, and then they didn't have anything for her.
They're going to keep that belt on Jade Cargill until Bianca Belair comes back.
Exactly.
She's
coming back.
Then she shouldn't have gotten the belt until she came back.
And she's coming back for Royal Rumble. That's the word that she's coming back. So give or take, look, this is the problem. The problem is that you have all these players on the chessboard, and you don't know what to freaking do with them. You make mid cards because you want to build up the mid cards. Let me tell you something. When Roman Reigns held those belts hostage for 4 years, the male Intercontinental Championship and the U.S. Championship were the belts to get that people were going for. There was more of a story because this guy held the belt for a hostage because he wasn't there. That's what's got to stop. No more friggin' part-timers winning belts, holding the belts hostage. None of that stuff. Now you got people that actually have belts that actually are full-timers, and you don't know what the hell to do with them.
Just like when you look at the Attitude Era, what was the most important belt of the Attitude Era? It wasn't the WWE Championship.
It was the Intercontinental Championship.
It was the Intercontinental Championship.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of players held that belt. A lot of champions, big-time players. And that's the problem. They don't, like I said, you got people you got new people now holding these belts. And you're having them hold them. Look, give or take, I read a report about Jay Cargill that B-Fab got hurt and Meechin got hurt and now they're worried that she's hurting people. Hey, didn't Nia Jax get that too? That she hurt people. Mm-hmm. Seth Rollins, he hurt people. All these things happen. You're in a fast-paced wrestling match. You can't blame another person for things happening. Everybody's got their thing. Like here. You go to AAA. AAA, what's his name, was fighting El Grande Americano. He kept stepping on his neck, and they saw the referee, this guy's stepping on my neck. Watch the neck. I don't know if that's an angle, but the fact is that he was saying that, and it didn't the Dragunov and Sami Zayn fight, that Sami Zayn was like really punching him. It looked like he was really punching him. Right. So these things happen, but you can't have somebody hold a belt for 80 days and not have a single damn match. Now you got to wait for Jordan Grace because Jordan Grace is the one that's going on back and forth. Are you going to make Royal Rumble Jordan Grace fight Jay Cargill at the Royal Rumble? Is that going to be a match?
Probably not.
Tomorrow night?
Probably not.
Probably not.
So,
might be a build-up for Elimination Chamber, but not Royal Rumble.
Do we really need to watch Bianca Belair come back from injury and win the Royal Rumble again? In main event, another WrestleMania.
I don't think she could win the Royal Rumble. I think she could win the Elimination Chamber.
It'll be Charlotte Flair again. Come on,
No, I actually think Liv Morgan's winning it. because she's going to fight Stephanie Vickier. That's what they want.
I wouldn't mind if Liv.
They want Liv versus Stephanie Vickier in WrestleMania. That's what they want. That's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But it's not fair to the fans that watch these shows that are paying money to go see the wrestlers, and you're not having quality championship matches and having people hold belts that they're not fighting. It's ridiculous. And that's the problem that the WWE see. You could put on a great show. There's no story. People complain about the stories. You have a great show. Story is what propels the friggin' matches and makes the matches meaningful. And if you don't have a story and just throw shit out there, it means nothing. And another thing, if you don't have a story, you bench the players, you bench them, and you know what? There's no story direction for these guys. Bench them. But that's your champion. Your champion should be up in front, regardless of the fact.
The other problem is I feel like WWE is looking past this year's WrestleMania. And I think that's why it's in Vegas. To me, personally, it feels like that's why it's in Vegas again. Because they're just like, oh, well, we can go on autopilot. We're going to look past this year's WrestleMania.
They want
next year's WrestleMania. Next year. When we're going to get another huge payday from the Saudis to have WrestleMania there. And we're going to get The Rock. We're gonna pull out all the stops and try to get The Rock back to get Rock versus Roman Reigns in a retirement match. It feels like there's no.
You think you get Gunther? You think Gunther will be the retirement match of The Rock?
We're doing this. There's no fire. There's no passion. There's no momentum going into the Royal Rumble next week. We are a week away from the Royal Rumble, and we have no story going into it.
Nope.
What are they hoping that they can just pull something out of their ass for the Rumble and that's going to just naturally develop a story that they're going to try to run with for the rest of the year till Mania?
All right.
This is just a continuation from 2025 of what we got with no build up for anything. 2 weeks every PLE, no build up.
And now we can't blame John Cena for it anymore because he's gone.
It's the corporation. I told you the corporations are the things that are that they're just trying to sell generic stuff to make to pay just to watch matches and don't care about it. They're like, oh, the fans are going to watch it anyway. That's the way they're thinking. But the one story you could actually say that's actually leading up to it, the AJ Styles and Gunther. Now, I'm kind of surprised that they're pulling the trigger that they're going to have this retirement match, your end of your career if you lose to me match, which makes no sense because AJ Styles' contract ends at the end of the year.
No, it ends in February.
Oh, in February? All right, ends in February. All right. So this is my take on it. Do you think he loses to Gunther and retires, or he beats Gunther in a some kind of crazy disqualification type of thing, beats him, and they have the final match in WrestleMania? Because Matt actually brought this up a few shows back with the trilogy, the AJ Styles trilogy. But the whole fact is, you're going to have Gunther retire AJ Styles and then Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. You're going to have him retire two people to really put him on a pedestal of greatness. And then
you did two people last year.
I know, but it's kind of crazy. Well, two people. I know he did two people yesterday, but then this year, Brock Lesnar and AJ Styles, no slouches. Those are big time players, But what I want to get at, AJ Styles retired. All right, did you see the backstage segment with him and Adam Pearce?
Mm-hmm.
When Adam Pearce was talking to him, and AJ Styles said, "Yeah, I want to do this and that." So now going back to Adam Pearce, his so-called job is on the line because of with Braun Breaker. Do you see AJ Styles becoming the GM of Raw later on if he does retire? Because if he retires the GM, or he retires and he has one last go in TNA to win the belt,
probably be
and then retire.
That'd probably be your best push,
and retire from TNA. What is your take?
I think that there's going to be some shenanigans where AJ Styles potentially wins that match. Gunther gets disqualified. There's going to be something where AJ wins the match and doesn't have to retire yet to make for the third match. Or there's something else at play here because Nick Aldis went on social media and invited AJ Styles to SmackDown tomorrow night, and AJ accepted. So AJ's going to be on SmackDown tomorrow night. What's that about? Is it going to be if he loses to Gunther, he leaves Raw and goes to SmackDown? Who knows? Like, as far as I know, all the reports say AJ's contract ends at the end of February. Okay. So I could potentially see him working some sort of deal with WWE where he stays on to at least have his last match in WWE be at WrestleMania versus Gunther. And it could be even an angle where something happens where AJ gets attacked and he can't wrestle the match. They cancel the match. When that allows Gunther to be in the Royal Rumble, or maybe something happens where they're both in the Royal Rumble and one of them gets hurt. AJ gets hurt, so AJ can't be in, do the match. Something. There's going to be something there. I don't think they're going to have AJ retire at Royal Rumble.
So another thing too is that the WrestleMania, they're talking about Gunther versus Brock Lesnar.
I think Gunther versus Brock Lesnar is going to happen at SummerSlam in Minneapolis. And here's the thing with Gunther. They're going to absolutely have Gunther retire AJ Styles and Brock Lesnar. And they're going to do it for the reason that I brought up months ago when we were talking about the John Cena thing. It's because they're using Gunther to build their next big thing. They're going to use Gunther. They're going to build Gunther up to be this unbeatable, unstoppable force where he gets so much heat. He retired all of your heroes. He retired Goldberg. He retired John Cena. He retired AJ Styles. He retired Brock Lesnar. He's done it all. So you're building his aura, building his status, this legend of Gunther. And finally, whenever somebody comes along and beats him, they're going to take with them not only the victory over Gunther, but everything that Gunther has built to this point. All of his untouchableness, all of his unbeatable, the legend killer status, just like they kind of did with Randy Orton. And so they're going to build that star with their next big guy they want to push, probably Obafemi, with what Gunther has done, using what Gunther has done. So that's kind of the feeling I'm getting with Gunther, that I absolutely think Gunther retires AJ Styles. Do I think it happens at Royal Rumble? No, I think it happens at WrestleMania. And I absolutely think Gunther is going to hold that. He's going to carry, toting that nobody can beat him. He's the beast, nobody's as good as him. And then Brock Lesnar is going to confront him, or something's going to happen in the Royal Rumble.
Well,
where Royal Rumble, him and Brock Lesnar go face to face.
Yes.
And it's going to lead to Brock's retirement match at SummerSlam in Minnesota. That's if I'm reading the tea leaves, that's kind of what I'm feeling that WWE is leaning towards. Could they change that? Absolutely.
So you don't think that AJ Styles, because AJ Styles, he wants to work. He said he wanted to work in the back, that he could be a general manager down the road?
I don't think he'll be a GM. I think he'll be a producer. He'll be a match producer, kind of like what's Kurt Angle's illegitimate child's name? Jason. Kind of like he is. Kind of like Natalia's husband, Tyson Kidd is. I think he'll be a producer of matches, kind of like what Shayna Baszler's been doing in NXT. I think he'll be in the back producer, but I don't think he's going to be an on-screen GM.
Okay. All right. Because I know that they talked about potentially Chris Jericho could be a GM. He actually would be fun GM for SmackDown. I got a feeling that Nick Aldis, or I think friggin' Adam Pearce might fight Braun Breaker.
Adam Pearce ain't getting in the ring.
Or have somebody come back. Who is he on the phone with? Talking to when Paul Heyman?
Above. Or The Rock, maybe. Maybe The Rock. Adam Pearce got the call to The Rock because The Rock is the only person above Triple H, above Nick Khan. He's kind of the on-screen Vince McMahon now in a lot of ways. The final boss, the guy who's calling the shots. So that's the only person he could have been talking to.
You know, there's some interesting angles that are happening. You know, that's intriguing. But there's a lot of shit that they have to fix up. They really have to. You know, it's really bad where you have a lot of people disappointed on certain aspects. You know, like AJ Lee, she signed. She wrestled once, popped up another time to interfere for make Maxine Dupree win the belt.
She's technically wrestled twice.
Twice.
Technically 3
Yeah,
times.
War Games.
Because she wrestled.
War
She
Games?
wrestled against. Yeah. Well.
Okay. And then she had the run wrestling with when she was teaming up with CM Punk versus Lynch and Seth Rollins.
Yeah. So she's had 2 matches.
2 matches, and then an appearance that she interfered and made Maxine Dupree win. Other than that, I thought she was signed to a multi-year deal.
Well, she's going to be in the Royal Rumble.
Oh, she's going to be Royal. Yeah.
She's going to probably face Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. She's going to win the belt.
Yeah.
You're going to have Maxine Dupree feuding with Natty Neidhart.
Yep.
Which I don't want to see Maxine Dupree versus Becky Lynch ever again. I'm done. I've seen it enough.
Right.
I do not want to see that match ever again. No more. Be done. I don't even want to see Maxine Dupree in a wrestling ring again.
See, this is my thing. So, Maxine Dupree, she's getting better.
But that's the thing, though, is that she gets better, and we're like, oh man, she's improving. And the next week she comes out, and it's like 2 steps back. 2 steps forward, 2 steps back.
The main roster isn't a place to get better. You should already be.
Right, you should be primed and ready to go.
You don't have house shows to get better. You need the house shows to freaking.
That's what your NXT developmental brand is, though. Like,
I know, but
NXT, they should be doing more shows. They should be doing house shows. Main roster talent, if they want to do a run of non-televised matches, they should go do it in NXT. And then NXT is, you come back and you put it together on the main roster. I get that. We get the old school wrestlers talking about how, like John Cena said on Chris Van Vliet, that he used to cut his teeth on shows that nobody was watching or house shows. They don't have those anymore. Okay, that's what NXT is for. NXT is your developmental brand for a reason. Like,
I know, but
and now Evolve is your developmental brand for a reason.
Yep.
There's ways to get better. There's ways to cut your teeth. You can have matches on your off days, not saying that they don't already do that, but you can't. There's just so many excuses you can get for them, but it's not getting any better.
Yeah.
Like every week, I'm so tired of hearing how epic or banger, the word banger for matches, because they're not.
They're not.
It's not getting any better. There's no change. I was hoping, and I think like a lot of us were, that coming out of the end of John Cena's career, this year of pushing John Cena, WWE's creative would open up. It would be a plethora there. It would be fruitful again. It would be a land of salvation and opportunity for everybody in the back who wanted it. And it's not. We're getting the same players. We get Jey Uso coming out to yeet for no reason. We don't even know where Jimmy's been.
Jimmy's been well. Apparently, I think Jay and Jimmy they had problems. The Saudi they solved their Saudi problem. They had something happened. They couldn't go. They couldn't fly or something.
Oh, because of their
DUIs
conviction or whatever there.
Yeah. So
and
it's another thing. It's another thing. If you can't get these top stars to fly international, it's hard to friggin'. That's the reason why some of the things they couldn't do, because they couldn't fly, get them. Which I don't know.
Like, what's going on with Jacob Fatu? He shows up, attacks Drew McIntyre. Why isn't Jacob Fatu just facing Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship at Royal Rumble?
Because
because it's in Saudi, so they have to have Sami Zayn do it.
No, well, he's fighting freaking Cody Rhodes. That's going to be a feud there. Take him
Right
off
at
the belt.
Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah, I know.
So why isn't he fighting?
Let me tell you something. All kidding aside,
Why
speaking
isn't that a number one contenders match for Drew McIntyre at Royal Rumble?
Well, I think it's for something else.
Now all of a sudden we're forgetting that, rematch clauses once again are not a thing.
Well, another thing too is that the real culprit that knocked his teeth out was the Viper, Randy Orton. You know,
Every week you got a new culprit, Dom.
no, but did you see his face when Jacob Fatu came out? When freaking McIntyre was in the ring and with Randy Orton, he had that look. I think Randy Orton. Look, let me tell you something. Okay, listen, they're not gonna have a new dude that comes off the friggin' that comes out of nowhere to be the culprit. It's gonna be somebody. You got to get involved in the storyline. So Randy Orton has not been in the storyline for a long time. Now you get him in the storyline and he's involved with that whole thing, and that is going to be with Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, friggin' McIntyre, and Jacob Fatu. That's going to be a storyline right there going into WrestleMania. Because Drew McIntyre is not losing that belt until WrestleMania. He's not losing it. He's gonna keep it for.
I think he loses it before WrestleMania.
Well,
I think he loses that Elimination Chamber. He's not going into Mania as
he's going to be a champion, and he's not losing it. They're not giving it to Sami Zayn. He ain't getting it.
No, they're not going to give it to Sami Zayn. But I'm telling you, I would bet money that Drew McIntyre does not go into WrestleMania WWE champion.
He is going to be champion for WrestleMania. He'll lose it at WrestleMania. You didn't believe that he was going to win it. You didn't believe he was going to win it.
No, you're right. I didn't. But I'm telling you right now, I think Randy Orton goes into WrestleMania WWE champion. Randy Orton beats Drew McIntyre for that title at Elimination Chamber, and Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton is going to be your main event of night 2 for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, because Cody's going to win the men's Elimination Chamber. And I think that Braun Breaker is going to win the Royal Rumble, and we're going to get Braun Breaker versus CM Punk yet again at WrestleMania. And Braun Breaker is going to beat CM Punk yet again at WrestleMania, unless Seth Rollins somehow interferes.
Well, I don't think Seth Rollins. I think someone's going to come out in another hooded figure is going to interfere. He's going to.
No more hood figures.
No, because the next hooded figure is going to be part of Seth Rollins' new group.
Seth Rollins doesn't need a group.
I know he doesn't need a group, but the whole fact is, when he was the part of the Shield division, he was the architect. He was the architect of the Shield. When he was a visionary. He made the vision. Now you're going to have the freaking revolutionary. You're going to have a group. So, give or take, you can see things might transpire down the road, but there will be another hooded figure coming out soon. And could show up, hey, never know, maybe Elimination Chamber.
If there's another hooded figure, it better be Seth Rollins himself.
Montez Ford.
I'm telling you, that is
not going to be.
That is where I feel WWE is going. Their money and their sales for WrestleMania Vegas, they're going to give us what we wanted in Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. That's Drew McIntyre. No, there is no interest. Drew McIntyre versus who is a ticket seller? Drew McIntyre versus who for the WWE Championship is a ticket seller for when? For your biggest pay-per-view in the year? No.
You don't think it'll be a triple threat match?
No, because they didn't last.
You don't think Jacob Fatu, Randy Orton versus McIntyre? You don't think he'll have that three? Cody Rhodes should not be fighting for the belt anymore. He should be get off the belt. Jacob Fatu, and Randy Orton.
But that's how you get that feud. You don't have Cody win. You don't have Cody win at Mania. You have Randy go over Cody. But that sprawls that feud for some time to come.
No, because listen, you find out that Randy Orton was the culprit to Jacob Fatu, and that's what you have.
When Randy was in Saudi Arabia, or when Randy was hurt? Like, when could he have done that? Because he was hurt before Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu, it was done a while ago before he went to Saudi Arabia.
Well, but Randy had been missing from TV before Jacob Fatu got his teeth knocked out.
He was still there.
I don't think so.
He was missing, but there was no storyline. Maybe
we'll see. But I just don't think there's money. WWE took the belt off Cody to shake up Cody's character because they had nowhere to go with anymore. They had to. Having Drew lose again for the title, nobody would want to watch Drew fight for the title again because he's just going to lose. You just predicted him to lose.
Win. So at least he'll have the belt to WrestleMania. You have a triple threat match: Jacob Fatu, Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre.
But that's the problem. Is that this is why I don't think they're going to have him as champion until WrestleMania. Where is your feud? Why are we having a triple threat match or a fatal four-way match to choose a number one contender for Drew McIntyre at Royal Rumble? His number one contender should be Jacob Fatu. And Jacob Fatu isn't even in his matches.
That's what I'm trying to say. But Jacob Fatu right now is feuding with Cody.
But Randy Orton is. But they're fighting at Saturday Night Main Event. They're fighting at a throwaway event to get it out of the way. They're like, okay, here you go. We're giving you Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu. We're washing our hands of that feud. Now we're going to move on.
All right. Who's to say that Jacob Fatu is fight Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton comes in and RKO is freaking Jacob Fatu?
Why?
And you'll find out why, that he's the one that knocked him out. I'm telling you, there's the angle. I'm telling you, you'll see it's going to be on Saturday.
But why would Randy Orton do that when he's already got a shot for the title? He's got a fatal four-way to worry about. Why does he care about Jacob Fatu? What is it about Jacob Fatu that Randy Orton cares about? Why?
What?
They had no run-in together. They had nothing. What? There's nothing there. There's nothing.
When he was partnered with Solo, he didn't have a run-in with Randy. There was no with Randy.
But that's there. Everyone's already past that. There's no.
I know, but I'm saying there was some kind of a interaction. There's something that why he did what he did to take him out of the equation.
Like,
and look, regardless of fact, Drew McIntyre will have the belt until WrestleMania. He's not losing it. He's not going to be
We'll see. I beg to differ. We'll see. Just remember this conversation on 1/22/26 when Drew McIntyre loses the WWE Championship at Elimination Chamber to Randy Orton. Because there's no story with Drew. There's no story there for Drew. Drew's story is with Jacob Fatu. Now, if they put Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu, okay, then I'll say he'll hold the belt till WrestleMania.
No, I'm just saying the whole fact is that Randy Orton is going to be part of it because Randy Orton, just follow
They have to pay off. What you're forgetting is long-term storytelling. I know there's not a lot of that in WWE anymore. They have to pay off all the times Randy's come to Cody and just stared at that belt as Cody
had. All right. But the whole fact is that right now they're changing. They probably is going to drop it because Randy doesn't have Cody.
Everybody and their brother wants to see Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Nobody cares about Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre again. Nobody cares about Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre again. The big money match is Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. And the WWE Championship, and even Pete agreed, the WWE Championship is absolutely needed for that feud to push it forward. You have Randy the champion. You have Cody win the right as champion by winning Elimination Chamber to face Randy. And you could have Cody do a dastardly thing and turn heel at Mania. You could have Randy go heel and punt Cody in the head at Mania. But the only story there for Drew McIntyre is Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
You're gonna have him face Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is winning on Saturday night. I'm here to tell you that Sami Zayn's gonna win because it's in Saudi Arabia. Because they're gonna have this whole year-long thing where Sami couldn't get it done in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia at Royal Rumble. He'll win next year's Royal Rumble and he'll main event Mania. I know I said that he was gonna win this one, but when they announced WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, I was like, no, all right, then Sami's gonna win it there. He's gonna overcome and win the title in Saudi Arabia next year. And like,
is Royal Rumble, is that in Saudi again next year? No.
WrestleMania.
No, I didn't think so.
Drew McIntyre is not. He's not a. He just doesn't have a marquee push right now for WrestleMania that's going to sell tickets, especially in Vegas.
He would be a good push if they had WrestleMania, like you said, in Europe.
Yes, absolutely. But
I think that would be his
Vegas,
marquee.
You know, you want people to come back. You don't want them just to see the same thing they watched last year. You want them to see new matches. And I feel like Randy Orton is that. Like Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre doesn't need a belt. It doesn't. WWE doesn't seem to be interested in putting the belt on Jacob Fatu anytime soon.
Yeah.
So
at least their interaction isn't about the belt; it's about themselves.
Right. So Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu can take place without. You could have Jacob Fatu screw Drew McIntyre and help Randy Orton win the championship, which leads to Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania. That's cool. Cool. You could have a cool stipulation for like lumberjack match. Why don't we have any of those anymore? Bring that back. Hell in a Cell. Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre. Hell in a Cell. That's badass. I'll pay for that. Jacob Fatu versus Randy Orton in a ladder match, or versus Drew McIntyre in a ladder match. That's dope. I'll pay for that. Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre Falls Count Anywhere. I'll pay for that.
Yeah.
You know, Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. I'll pay for that. But I'm not, me personally, I'm not going to pay for, you know, Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu for the WWE Championship.
Who's saying Jacob Fatu? I'm saying Jacob Fatu and Randy Orton triple threat.
Sorry, I mean, I'm not going to pay for money for Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania.
But if you have a triple threat,
what is the allure of a triple threat there? There isn't any.
I'm just saying, if you find out that Randy Orton was a culprit that freaking took out freaking Jacob Fatu, they're gonna fight. They're gonna fight. Cody, right now, he's fighting Cody. So Jacob Fatu is not even part of the thing. And right now, Randy Orton is not part of Cody because right now, Cody and freaking Jacob Fatu are feuding.
Let me ask you this, Tom.
Yeah.
Last year at WrestleMania, we had a triple threat match.
Yeah.
CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. What was the allure of that match? Was it the triple threat match itself, or was it the favor that was being hung over the match that made that match interesting?
Well, it was the favor. It was the
okay. So what is there that's interesting to you about Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu? What is it that you think connects it to where Randy Orton?
The hook?
Yeah, what's the hook that you think Randy Orton is the ultimately the one behind the attack of Jacob Fatu, which they've got to stop doing these attack angles. I mean,
hey, it brings mystery and allure to the freaking guys. It's a story.
We're not getting any payoff on him half the time.
Yeah, like the Jade Cargill one, the Bailey one, and now Jacob Fatu. It's just a cheap, easy way to write somebody off TV. We're
still assuming it's Naomi. We don't.
Yeah.
She came out and said it was her.
Listen, if they come out tomorrow and they say, "Listen, it was Randy Orton,"
they better have a damn good reason why.
Austin.
I'm telling you, there was something. There was something that Randy Orton didn't like. Randy Orton is the Viper. He's fucking unpredictable.
But Randy Orton isn't just out here beating people up randomly in the background. Otherwise, the Miz would have got his ass whooping months ago. Mm-hmm. You know, Randy's a 14-time world champion. He's 14 world champion,
but he is the Viper. He can strike at any time. Doesn't care who you are.
Yeah, but he doesn't attack you from behind. He strikes you face forward.
They give it some friggin' they give it some kind of allure to it to make it interesting. Who knows? But I'm telling you, if that turns out to be the scenario,
because the way you're pitching it, the only way to really pull it off would be Randy Orton has to be afraid of Jacob Fatu for some reason. And Randy Orton isn't really afraid of anyone.
Exactly. So he's sitting there, but just when you look, he was looking like the way he was staring, that he's in the ring when Jacob Fatu came in. I'm just saying the whole fact is that to have Randy Orton in a big storyline, this is the storyline that they're doing. and it's gonna connect the Randy Orton, the freaking goddamn Cody, the Jacob Fatu, the McIntyre. That's a story right there.
If you're a promoter and you're building your WrestleMania card, you're telling me that your headliner match is going to be what?
Well, the
You're going to do Randy Orton versus Jacob Fatu?
No, that's more the second.
Let me put it this way. You're building WrestleMania,
okay.
Right? You've got to come to a main event. Your choices for your main event are Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu in a triple threat. Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. Randy Orton versus Jacob Fatu in just a wrestling match, no title on the line. Or Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. Which one are you booking?
Well, you would book the Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes, but he's not the champion anymore. They're changing things around. That's what I'm trying to say. To make sense of this, it's not gonna. You're not gonna have that the first night.
But you just proved my point that WWE's money isn't having Drew McIntyre as champion. Because I gave you one option where Drew McIntyre was champion.
Yes, you get that. But right now, I'm just trying to say that McIntyre is a champion. He's going to go into night 2 as a champion because night 1 is going to be CM Punk versus a freaking Braun Breaker. That's going to be the fight right there. That's your freaking night 1. Night 2 is going to be the triple threat match: Randy Orton, Jacob Fatu, and Randy Orton wins the belt. Randy Orton's going to win the championship that night.
Well, you just said your night 2 is going to be Randy Orton versus Jacob Fatu. How can Randy win the belt that night?
No, Randy Orton night 2 is Randy Orton, Jacob Fatu, and McIntyre. That's going to be a triple threat match.
I just don't. I don't think the money's there in a triple threat because they did a triple threat last year.
Listen, you're gonna, and we're talking about that. Now I'm putting Cody in the mix because Cody's going to go on his own thing. I think Cody right now doesn't need the belt anymore because he had the belt. He could do his thing, have a different direction, and do that.
Cody's best work is when he's chasing the belt. So you want Cody to be chasing the belt.
I know, but the whole fact is that you have him back off the belt a little bit and have more of a story towards it as he builds his way back up to the belt.
Your story is Randy versus Cody for the WWE.
All right, let me ask you a question. Wouldn't you want to see freaking Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton WrestleMania 43?
No.
You want to see that?
I want to see Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 42.
You're not
I don't want to see it in Saudi Arabia.
Unfortunately, that's going to be. They're going to get the best matches.
Because I think Sami Zayn is going to go for the WWE Championship in Saudi Arabia. So I don't want to see. I'm telling you right now, if I'm booking WrestleMania, that's this year in Vegas. With how hard they had of a time to sell tickets last year, and with the way ticket sales are going now, where they're pushing it every 5 minutes, you're seeing a commercial for, 2-night event tickets are on sale now. WrestleMania isn't sold out.
It's not going to sell out because there's really no more key matches.
Exactly. So if I'm booking the road to WrestleMania, I'm booking some confrontation between Gunther and Brock Lesnar, where Gunther eliminates Brock Lesnar in the Royal Rumble. Okay. I have Braun Breaker winning the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
I see your final 4 being Braun Breaker, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, maybe Sami Zayn. No, because Sami Zayn's not going to be in it because he's going to be fighting Drew McIntyre. So let's see. Who do I want to put at my final 4? We'll say, I don't know if Seth's going to be ready. I'm going to say Obafemi. So we'll say your final 4 are Obafemi, Brock Lesnar, Gunther, Braun Breaker. I really think they're going to try to push Roman Reigns. So we'll do, if I can count here.
No, Brock Lesnar's not going to be in the final 4.
Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns.
Brock Lesnar's getting moved by Gunther. It's going to be Gunther, Roman Reigns,
Gunther.
freaking Braun Breaker. Actually, you know what? I don't even think it's going to be Gunther. You know why? I think Gunther is going to get eliminated, and Brock Lesnar is going to wind up doing something to get him out, and he's going to get knocked out of the ring by AJ Styles. AJ Styles is going to be in that thing. You're going to have Braun. You're going to have a freaking Gunther eliminate Brock Lesnar, and AJ Styles is going to eliminate Gunther. And that's going to be because I don't think, like I said, because remember, AJ Styles is going to be in that match. He's going to be in the Royal Rumble. So the final four, Cody Rhodes is going to be, because Cody Rhodes is the Rumble. Cody, Roman Reigns, Braun Breaker, and maybe Sami Zayn.
No, I think Sami Zayn.
Maybe Sami Zayn. Maybe Randy Orton. You got Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, and Braun Breaker. Those are your final four. Cody Rhodes eliminates. Randy Orton eliminates. Randy Orton. No, actually, Roman Reigns eliminates Cody. Randy Orton eliminates. Well, let's see, because usually they have the Cody Rhodes eliminates the person he's going to fight, and Roman Reigns. Braun Breaker eliminates Roman Reigns. Braun Breaker's winning. That because he's going to win in WrestleMania. He's going to be champion. He's taking the belt off.
I agree with you there.
But Gunther's not going to be there because Gunther's going to get eliminated by AJ Styles, and that's what's going to make the match, the one last match.
See, I think Gunther, if Gunther's in that match, I think he gets eliminated by Brock Lesnar. And when Gunther, finally dispatches AJ Styles and retires him at WrestleMania, Gunther is going to be bragging about it. And Brock's going to come out with Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman's going to get under Gunther's skin about how Brock Lesnar eliminated you in the Royal Rumble, yada, yada, yada. And Gunther's going to say, all right, put your money where your mouth is. I want your career at SummerSlam. I know we have so at Backlash, because usually Backlash, so maybe we get Gunther versus Brock Lesnar at Backlash, something happens, and it leads to the same kind of thing playing out we got with AJ Styles, where Gunther's like, I want your career on the line at SummerSlam in Minneapolis. Yeah. And Gunther beats him. And Gunther withstands the beast.
I know that's going to be. But the whole fact is I still think AJ Styles is going to be the one to eliminate Gunther. After Gunther eliminates Brock Lesnar.
You just have to have that big marquee match at WrestleMania night 2 to sell tickets. And I feel like that marquee match is Randy Orton, and you even said it yourself, is Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. It's not Braun Breaker. It's not Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu versus Randy Orton. It's just not.
Well, listen, I'm telling you this. You're not going to take the belt off McIntyre. 1, 2, 3. WrestleMania will be the official April. Yeah, WrestleMania in April, a couple months away.
5 minutes, or sorry, less than 5 minutes, and was cashed in on to lose the belt to Damian Priest.
Yeah, but remember, Cody lost to Roman Reigns. He had to finish his story. And it took how many years for him to finally slay the beast?
Because in your match, it just popped in my head, in your match idea of that triple threat, your WWE champion in that match is the least popular in the match. You're gonna get a bigger pop for Jacob Fatu. You're gonna get a bigger pop for Randy Orton than you are Drew McIntyre.
You know that it's gonna happen. That Drew McIntyre will lose the belt at WrestleMania.
I mean, we'll see. I don't think Drew You've been awfully quiet, Sticks. Why don't you weigh in on this? What do you see playing out with Drew
So I'm not against anything Dom has kind of said, but when it comes to the matchup, I don't feel like you say, Matt. Like I don't feel like Drew is the marquee name here, and I've already said it. Him being champion over in Europe would be a bigger pop, bigger play than here. Cody, agreed. His best thing is chasing the title. He's definitely slowed down a lot once he had the title, and it became kind of, I don't want to say stale, but it's kind of stale. So losing the belt, definitely kind of give him another push to get that belt back. I see that. Randy Orton, man, I just don't see him getting input in this title match yet. I just don't. I think it's too early. He's back, yes, but he's been kind of in and out as of late. So if you're going to do anything with Randy, you might wait till SummerSlam for him.
My thing with Randy is, though, he's always been like this with John Cena. John Cena's 17, Randy Orton's 14. How many more years does Randy Orton have? They're probably gonna have Randy get to 16 and tie Flair before it's all said and done.
Right.
So you gotta get him.
I would probably give him
16.
I would probably give him 2 more years to WrestleMania 45. Or no, 44.
That's just me. If I'm booking WrestleMania,
I don't put Randy in the championship hunt at all.
But he's already there. He already declared. Like, he's already in the championship picture because he's going to be fighting in this 4-way on Saturday night event to determine a number 1 contender at Royal Rumble.
But we'll talk about that when we talk about. I don't see him winning, but
and I see Sami Zayn winning, but that's just me. But all right, good conversation. Dom looks like he's getting a little upset.
No, I'm not getting upset. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to pinpoint a decent idea, because the way they're going, they're trying to be unpredictable, and that's the best way to be unpredictable if you have it that way. And Matt, and I'm not disagreeing with anything you're saying. I'm going with the fact that that storyline. Randy Orton didn't have a storyline for a while, and now you put him in a storyline with Jacob Cody and freaking McIntyre, and that gives you some substance. And that will run straight to WrestleMania, which you need that. And like I said, if Randy wins the belt at WrestleMania, that's a bigger pop than anything else. And then the crazy thing is that Sammy next year wins the Royal Rumble and goes on to WrestleMania. He's not fighting. You're gonna have Randy a champion for 1 year, which that's a long run.
Probably not that long.
That is long. I wouldn't like to have a champion should not hold the belt that long. I don't know, man. If it's just me, I think if you have a good 6 months of running well with the belt, you could pass it on to somebody else.
Your champion to hold it more than a year or more has to be so super popular.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. So super.
The same could be said about Drew, though, too, is that his most interesting work is when he's chasing the belt.
Yes.
His first title run, yes, during COVID, and he held it on during COVID, but his first title run wasn't anything to write home about. It's pretty much forgettable.
Dude, listen. Listen, he won the belt by fucking crawling out of the goddamn out of the steel cage. Not even pinning freaking Cody. So he won the belt really on a claimer that Jacob Fatu interfered. You got that. At least give the man credit. WrestleMania is a few months away. Yeah, have him have the belt to WrestleMania, lose it at WrestleMania. There's 4 months right there. If you think about it, holds the belt for 4 months. Randy gets it, has the belt for a few more months, and then you give it to somebody else down the road. The belt should not be on a person for a long time. And I think the McIntyre deserves to have the belt after all he's been throughout the couple of years. I think he deserves to have at least a still solid run with the belt for a couple of months into WrestleMania. And then if he loses at WrestleMania, he loses on the grandest stage of all, like he did the year ago when they cashed in Money in the Bank. Remember, Money in the Bank. When is Money in the Bank?
Not until August or September. It's after SummerSlam this year.
Okay, so there you go. So it's after SummerSlam. But the whole fact is that you have him hold the belt for a minute, and then Randy wins it, WrestleMania, and you have him moving forward as a champion for a couple of months. What's after WrestleMania? Right after WrestleMania, what is the next pay-per-view?
Backlash usually.
Backlash. And what? So SummerSlam is in August, right?
Yes, usually.
Yeah,
so
I think it's the beginning of August.
So you have Randy hold the belt until August. Until August. SmackDown, or you have him holding Survivor Series, and then he loses. But I think the best bet is SummerSlam. You really build up SummerSlam. You have him as a champion, go to SummerSlam, and then whoever he faces.
I think SummerSlam, your big match, the Gunther.
Gunther.
Lesnar.
Yeah, Gunther versus,
that's your marquee match right there.
Yeah, probably about you have the champion, you have
match.
Randy Orton as champion to go into a SummerSlam.
I don't know. I think that's going to be your headline match. I don't think you're going to have anything after that. Anything after that's moot.
The funny thing is, we're talking all about this, and TKO and WWE will do something totally different that we least expected. Like,
absolutely.
They got to do some stupid.
Here, I got two things that I'll say before we move on to our next segment. Having surprises or unpredictability doesn't take the place of storylines.
100%.
You're right. 100% true.
And the second that I looked them up, and I think last week I said that the WrestleMania tickets hadn't sold very well. Well, guess what? They hadn't sold any much more since last week. And then last week it was from the 10th. This week it was from the 17th. Night one had 36,400 tickets. Night two, 36,000.
I think right now it's not going to, because people are going to sit around and wait until
they're going to wait
until after Royal Rumble.
Let me ask you a question now. Think about this. Do you think WrestleMania should just be one night? I think it should be one night. I think WrestleMania should be one night. You have the matches. You have 8 matches or whatever. You have whatever. You have both. You have all the champions fight. What they usually do. The one night. You have marquee matches, half hour. You have a squash match, 20 minutes, whatever the situation is. But you have WrestleMania one night, because paying for 2 nights and trying to buying tickets for 2 nights. Listen, if you're a fan, I'm not going to pay for 2 nights, man. I want to see WrestleMania the one night. I want to see the one night WrestleMania. And look, you're going to pick
you're going to pick the night that you want to go to the match you want to see.
Exactly. But
right?
There's probably a match,
and that's fine.
There's probably a match in the second night.
Every time, though, Dom, we've talked about these PLEs, and we always say they don't have enough championship matches in them. There's not enough. There's only 4 or 5, maybe a 6th match, because you have a quick one somewhere in the mix, and that's it. 2 nights. You can work in 2 tag team matches. One for Raw, SmackDown. You can get your Intercontinental Championship. You got the women's matches that you got to worry about. You got to be able to input championship matches in there, though.
See,
it can't be no grudge matches, none of this triple threat. That stuff should be out the window already. We should be at a point where everyone's having a championship match
at the mid cards
at WrestleMania.
I don't mind the mid cards fighting on regular TV, the SmackDown or the Raw. But
no.
Have them, at least you'll give the show Monday Night Raw. We got a championship match on Monday Night Raw. And most likely, they're doing the unpredictable thing where they least expect who wins. But the whole fact is that you have that unpredictability. Like SmackDown. The open challenge is actually the best thing SmackDown got going.
Yeah.
If you really think about it. Where is the open challenge on Raw?
But the open challenge is lazy in the same aspect too. because it's just
It's good for some things, not good for everything.
Yeah, you don't have to put story into it. It's just like wrestler A, generic wrestler A comes out to fight the champion. You know, it just gives you a time filler. It gives you a championship match. It says that this person defended it. They get a match on their belt, but it doesn't really build story.
Yeah.
It's not every title needs an open challenge. WWE doing an open challenge and what they were doing in NXT, they're doing it for, you know, the Intercontinental Championship, or United States Championship. Like, at some point, the open challenge becomes too much and it becomes lazy because it's like,
you're right.
And kind of the way WWE is using it right now is lazy. Like, where we need something to fill that third hour of SmackDown. Let's just do an open challenge where we can just throw anybody against anybody. Doesn't have to be story. Doesn't have to be plot. None of that. Just anybody versus anybody. And we'll see what happens. And so far, really, no story has come out of the open challenge. You're like, what was going? Miz was trying to prevent Carmelo Hayes from going after the United States Championship. Carmelo Hayes is now the United States champion, and Miz has all but forgotten about Carmelo Hayes attacking him and knocking him out of the and vice versa. So now that Carmelo Hayes is champion, why isn't the Miz answering this open challenge? Why is the Miz fucking with Randy Orton? It doesn't make sense.
It makes no sense. There's no story, man.
Exactly.
That's why you have to give Randy Orton a story with Jacob Fatu, friggin' Cody Rhodes, and McIntyre. That's what I'm trying to say. You have the story and have that involved there. So
I don't know. He needs a storyline. I don't know if you interject him right into the championship match right away, but
because there's other possibilities on SmackDown that make sense for who attacked Jacob Fatu. Cody Rhodes makes sense at this point. Drew McIntyre makes sense at this point. The MFTs, any one of the MFTs makes sense at this point because of Jacob's, association with them. There's many people that make sense.
Maybe
other than Randy.
Maybe the Wyatts.
That makes no
maybe
sense.
One of the guys from the Wyatts into Jacob Fatu. Maybe the Wyatts. Who knows?
Maybe.
But I'm going with the angle. I'm going with the angle with Randy Orton.
Hit the button.
I'm going. Right.
It's fine. We're moving on. Sticks is making us move on. Sticks got this graphics. What's up with the graphics? Sticks, what we got?
Yeah, Sticks.
All right. So I thought we were going to talk about the SmackDown, Raw, and NXT this week.
Sure. I have not watched NXT this week, but we can definitely run through it.
I watched a little.
Yeah.
So you want to start with SmackDown?
Yep. SmackDown Friday night right after us.
SmackDown last Friday afternoon, as it was on for an early start time. And I'm glad that WWE is going back to their normal schedule, that we are now SmackDown tomorrow night, I believe, is their final early show.
Tape delay, yeah.
Are they overseas till tomorrow, or are they in Montreal?
I think.
They're in Montreal tomorrow. They're in Montreal tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, last Friday, SmackDown came to us on tape delay from London, England. Drew McIntyre celebrated his title victory with his fans in London, England. The outpouring of emotion has been amazing, but to all the people who are supporting him now, screw them. When he got fired, where were they? Most people weren't there for him. And when the Bloodline and CM Punk were screwing him over, where were they? He was getting screwed over countless times and never got a hashtag. So there you go. He's already got the championship and he's already crying. The only person who ever believed he could do it was himself. And if they want to chant something, chant "Thank you, Drew." There's one person he needs to address, the former champion, Cody Rhodes. Before their 3 stages of hell match, he had a clause put in the contract. There will be no rematch clause, so he has to work his way up from the bottom. The Drew McIntyre era begins tonight. Randy Orton enters. Randy Orton says he's out there to remind McIntyre that when he gets the opportunity to return to the favor for having his head kicked off, there you go. There's another link between Randy Orton and Drew. He will be paying it back with an RKO. Before Drew can respond, Jacob Fatu's music plays. Fatu walks right into the ring and attacks Drew without hesitation. The champion is forced to run away from the assault as Randy Orton watches it on with a smile. He is blindsided by The Miz and takes a skull-crushing finale ahead of their match. So there you go. Why? Again, Jacob Fatu comes out. He attacks Drew McIntyre. Randy Orton standing there with a smile. Absolutely nothing between Randy and Drew.
Yes, he did. Well, I know he's smiling. He's smiling because he sees that he's preoccupied with the man that he busted his teeth. Because that's why Jacob Fatu is coming out. Unfinished business, and he thinks he's the one that freaking goddamn knocked him out and took him out of action. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but with Drew, not Randy.
Well, he thinks that Drew, but Randy's sitting there smiling because Randy is the culprit. But all right, I'm just saying.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
Our first match of the night was a number one contender qualifying match: Randy Orton versus The Miz. With Randy Orton, of course, picking up the victory over The Miz, because why else did anybody really think The Miz had an opportunity to win in this match?
No.
You against Randy? No.
He's a setup man.
I think Miz's time as WWE champion has all but passed.
That's it. He's just a jobber.
He'll be lucky if he wins another Intercontinental or United States champion, but his time as WWE champion is gone. That window is closed. Bo Dallas and the Wyatt Six have a message for Solo Sikoa. He stole their light, but he has only inherited what it means. Like a moth to the flame, the light will return to them. They will not rest until it's home. This feud and the Wyatt Six have lost all momentum. They've lost all meaning.
Yep.
The only connection is that Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas are brothers. That's it. There's no other connection. There's no rhyme or reason. They are just throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks with the Wyatt Six. Pretty much what's happening. Our second match of the night was Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Julia and Kiana James, with Flair and Bliss picking up the victory. Nia Jackson Lash Legend attacked Flair and Bliss after the match. Julia was hit as well and almost started a fight with them, but Kiana James held her back. I think this is where you're leading to your triple threat match here, or 6-woman tag.
They're having a triple tomorrow night. They're fighting tomorrow. Tomorrow night they're having a triple threat.
What they're gonna have?
They're gonna have Alexa, Flair, Julia, Katana, and Nia Jackson, Lash Legend fight tomorrow night.
I don't know, man. I think they need to break up Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Although I like the new Charlotte Flair. I like the face Charlotte Flair. It's fun.
I love
Alexa Bliss.
I think Alexa Bliss is going to turn on Charlotte because the writing's on the wall. We're getting beat up by when she was. Oh, you sure you had a cold? So I think that Charlotte. I think Alexa is gonna end up betraying Charlotte, and she could possibly get a new tag team partner. What's her name for freaking NXT? Will be perfect. What's the name that carries a doll?
Oh, you're talking about
won the championship. Yeah, I think that would make a good tag team with them too, because they have a connection with dolls and stuff like that. Because obviously she's not going to the Wyatts, so
yeah, I think they've all but nixed that idea.
Yeah.
Moving on here. Solo Sikoa tells the Wyatt Six if they want the Lantern back, they should give them a tag team title shot. Until then, Bray Wyatt, will be with him as he sets on becoming number one contender for the United States, or for the undisputed WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes addresses the fans in the ring. He admits that he may have gotten complacent and episodic. He hasn't, though, he hasn't thought of the different ways he could lose or prepare for Drew McIntyre. Is that good? What does the Legends have in common with the American Nightmare? They went back to back at the Royal Rumble. Here and now in a city that deserves a WrestleMania, Drew McIntyre said there is no rematch clause, so he will do the old way. He is declaring himself to enter into the 2026 Royal Rumble. Cody Rhodes is not winning 3 Royal Rumbles.
No, he's not.
Back.
I'm going to tell you, Cody Rhodes, number one. in the Royal Rumble.
Probably.
Probably.
Cody Rhodes address. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Let's talk about Jacob Fatu. He has been watching him for years, and he's a young veteran in the industry. But even he knows what a receipt means. Cody promises that he will give him his receipt, and that Jacob Fatu has it coming his way. Then we got our third match of the night, about an hour into the show, maybe an hour and a half into the show. We got our first mention, which surprisingly, we got 7 matches on this SmackDown. So it was a loaded SmackDown as far as matches.
It was.
We had Matt Cardona versus
3 hours.
Trick Daddy Williams, with Trick Williams picking up the win, which I didn't like because I don't like
it was a good match. It was a good match. Don't get me wrong. It was a good match. It was back and forth. It kind of sucks the fact that you have this dude. What was his face? Friggin' fighting with Matt Cardona. Friggin' this guy. Friggin' masculinity. Fucking what's his name? Kid Williams. What's his name, man? Friggin' what was the?
Yeah, Kit Williams. Yeah.
Well, friggin' dude, it's
Kit Wilson.
Kit Wilson.
Wilson.
Kit Wilson. I figured, dude, that's retarded. I'm sorry. It's
not great.
His character. The character trying to be, and then he's like, I feel bad. Matt Cardona should be winning. He should be winning. But of course, you're not going to make him win over Trick Williams. Trick Williams.
I think you should have. He should have absolutely won over Trick Williams. Trick Williams is an NXT call-up. Matt Cardona just cut his teeth on the indies. He's gotten a huge pop. He's back. You should absolutely have put Matt Cardona over Trick Williams in this match. You're not going to hurt Trick Williams by Matt Cardona pick it. Matt Cardona is the veteran. He should win this match. And so I feel like it was a mistake for WWE to put, especially when Matt Cardona has history with all the other competitors pretty much in this match. It was a mistake putting Trick Williams there. I feel like they're trying to use Trick Williams to right the wrongs they made with Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
They're trying to push Trick Williams to the moon because they didn't do that for Carmelo Hayes. And I kind of am starting to get that feeling where Trick Williams might be the new Roman Reigns, where they're just going to try and jam him down your throat until you like him.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying that people don't like Trick Williams. They definitely do. They do the whoop that trick when he comes out, but you kind of get Jey Uso vibes. Is there more to Trick Williams than just a catchy hook for a song? Or one-liners? My lemon pepper steppers.
My lemon pepper steppers.
You know?
It is funny though. It is funny though.
It is.
It is.
Kit Wilson appears to assault Matt Cardona and call him toxic. He talks to the fans during the break, and when they come back, he tells everyone we need leadership. He is Kit Wilson. Jacob Fatu appears from behind and knocks him out with a super kick. Jacob Fatu grabs the mic and tells Cody Rhodes if he has something to say, bring his punk ass out here right now. Cody does not take long to respond, and a fight breaks out. Security and officials are quick to the scene to come between them. Again, why did Jacob Fatu have to interrupt Kit Wilson for this? This is something that should have happened backstage. Like, he could have confronted. It could have been a backstage segment. I think it would have been a lot better, where Jacob Fatu confronts Cody and says, "If you get a punk ass, that's something you want to say it to my face," and they get in a fight, and it breaks out backstage.
Yeah, I think they wanted more of the pop in ring than from the back.
I'm sure
that's why they did it.
But you could have had Jacob Fatu beat Cody Rhodes' ass all around the arena, and I think it would have been way bigger pop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You could have him fight outside.
If you have it started
arena.
out in the back, bring it into the front. Yeah.
You should have had it. You should have had him fight outside the arena onto a double-decker bus, have the double-decker bus drive away as they're fighting. They end up in a pub, and they're fighting all the way in through the pub, and then they're at the end of it, you just see them both sitting there having a pint together.
Hey, remember when that was McIntyre and freaking goddamn freaking what's his face?
Sheamus,
when they freaking had that, when they had the brawl with each other, when they were out drinking and freaking people in the bar. Come on, man.
No, I want to see him fight on a double-decker bus all the way to the bar.
I want to see them fight all the way to Hogwarts. So there you go.
They got a number one contenders match: Damian Priest versus Solo Sikoa, with Damian Priest picking up the win with an assist from the YS6. Uncle Howdy got his hands on the lantern, but it was taken out by Tala Tonga. It remains in Solo Sikoa's hands for now. This feud is stupid. It is tiring. It is boring.
Hey, speaking about
Please let's move on.
One of the Tongas. It's kind of funny when the poster that they're putting up for Royal Rumble. Somebody posted out, Sting is coming back to the WWE.
Yes, I saw that.
You saw that?
I saw that. Yeah.
I was like, yo,
I'm sure that was news to say.
Come on, man, please.
Then we got the United States Championship match: Carmelo Hayes versus Leon Slater, with Carmelo Hayes retaining, which was a great match. Leon Slater is so impressive.
You know, I'm telling you, he's going to be. The WWE wants him to be, part of their roster down the road when his contract ends with TNA.
Tama Tonga warned Shinsuke Nakamura to stay out of his way, or on his path to the U.S. title. Nakamura responds in Japanese and leaves Tama to think about it. Then we got Jordan Grace versus Chelsea Green, with Jordan Grace picking up the win over Chelsea Green. Grace go to Jay Cargill to get in the ring. As the champion gets on the ring apron, Chelsea Green charges at Jordan Grace, missing and hitting Cargill instead. Grace holds the title high. I could see us getting potentially Jordan Grace versus Chelsea Green versus Jade Cargill for the women's
let me tell you something.
championship at Royal Rumble.
I don't know, was it me? Didn't Jade Cargill look great?
Jade Cargill was great.
Yeah,
She's a very
good.
beautiful woman.
She looked good, man.
Backstage, Damian Priest interrupted Trick Williams promo to tell him that they have a match next week. Thanks, Damian Priest. Thanks for coming. Then we got our final number one contenders qualifying match of the night: Sami Zayn versus Ilya Dragunov, with Sami Zayn picking up the win over Ilya Dragunov to kind of get revenge for Dragunov beating Zayn for
Did
that.
You see some of the punches? The punches, I know it looked more like he was like just hitting him more, just to like it was probably because he lost the belt to him, this and that. But
look at that crooked nose on Ilya Dragunov.
I know.
Image.
Broken nose, man.
And then we had our seventh match of the night, the number one contenders qualifying match: Sami Zayn versus Ilya Dragunov. We had Trick Williams taking out Sami Zayn after that match. Which, again, they are pushing Trick Williams absolutely down your throat. And it makes me wonder if they're going to do the same thing with Obafemi. But that was your SmackDown.
Yep.
Last Friday from London, England.
You
sound like you're from London.
Imagine Trick Williams, Obafemi, and freaking goddamn Powerhouse Hobbs making their own group. But the fact is that Obafemi is going to Raw. But I'm saying, imagine they made their own group, the new syndicate. Okay.
I love your imagination, Dom.
I'm just saying, hey, it could happen down the road, you know.
The new APA.
There you go. Moving on to Monday Night Raw from 1/19/2026 from the Isle of Belfast, Northern Ireland. Coming to you early live on Netflix.
3 p.m. my time.
Gunther and AJ Styles kicked off our program. Gunther tells AJ Styles made a mistake last week by trying too hard to make the ring general tap out. He is the man who took out Goldberg and made John Cena tap out. See, he's already flaunting his 2 retirement matches. His future is bright, so he declares his participation in the Royal Rumble. He is interrupted by AJ Styles. Gunther wants to move on, but AJ does not. He wants a rematch at the Royal Rumble. Gunther does not plan on pulling double duty, so the answer is no. Styles tells him he's scared. He was the one who tapped out like a bitch. If he's not scared, if he is scared, just say so, and they can both move on. Gunther says he is the smarter wrestler, so the answer is still no. In fact, there is something he could do. If he wants a match at the Royal Rumble, AJ would have to put his career on the line. Gunther will let him think about it, but he would like an answer by the end of the night. That is, if he isn't a little scared. Our first match of the night. Well, I mean, what did you guys think of that? We already kind of talked at length a little bit about AJ and what we think they might be doing with AJ.
Mhm.
Well,
I thought this was a good spot.
Go
ahead.
Like I said, it's either he retires and then goes to TNA to actually retire in TNA, go for a run in TNA, and get out of it, or there could be some management in his future.
You don't think he goes to AEW and we get one more AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega match in AEW? Not one more AJ Styles versus the Young Bucks in AEW.
I don't know, man. I see him going more to TNA, back to TNA to win a championship over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
If that's the case, if he's retiring, he said he wants to retire by the end of the year. If he retires in the Royal Rumble. He got all those months to go. I still think he's gonna have like another run in TNA, and that's why he's doing the retirement match to be on TNA for a little bit.
One thing that could happen is if Slater does get hired by WWE and vacates his belt, that would having AJ make a run for that X Division championship.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. That you have him.
I think that would be where
he retires, and then he retires where he first started, in TNA.
You want him to retire as the X Division champion instead of the TNA World Champion?
I actually think he'll be a TNA World Champion. He'll win it one more time. He'll have a run, and then he'll go out on a high note.
I think he made that X Division what it was. I think that's his bread and butter when he was in.
Yeah, he was
TNA.
the very first X Division champion.
So
he was.
So
I'm just so, but I think he retires from TNA. That's where he retires. That's where he ends his career.
Okay. Our first match of the night was a women's Intercontinental Championship. Becky Lynch versus Maxine Dupree with Natalya at ringside.
Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing, really quick. AJ Styles made his WWE debut in the Royal Rumble, so it's kind of fitting that he ends his WWE career at the Royal Rumble. Kind of poetry, It's that. But like I said, he ends his career here, and then he finishes off the year in TNA. That's okay. Anyway.
Becky Lynch retained the title in what was another slow, sloppy match with Maxine Dupree. Natalya attacked Maxine after the match, locked in a sharpshooter, and continued to beat her down until after the referee get her to back off. So Natty absolutely demolished.
You know what makes me laugh? I like freaking guy named Michael Cole. Someone get this woman off Maxine Dupree.
Yeah.
Damn Natalya.
If just eating wasn't enough, Jey Uso declared himself as a participant in the Royal Rumble. Our second match of the night, where we got 7 matches on SmackDown, we got 4 on Raw.
Yeah.
Our second match of the night was Rey Mysterio, Penta, and Dragon Lee versus Bronson Reed, Austin Theory, and Logan Paul, The Vision. With, interestingly enough, Mysterio, Penta, and Lee picking up the win. Logan Paul introduced the brass knuckles into the match, which were intercepted by Adam Pearce. However, Mysterio took them from Pearce, took them after Pearce played them on the ring apron and used it behind the referee's back to help his team win.
Let me ask you a question. Do the fact that Rey Mysterio, Penta, and Dragon Lee win and they beat the Division, does that make the Division a little lackluster now? Like they took the kind of steam, or because Adam Pearce was there to kind of make more of a statement there with the brass knuckles and all these things like that, it wasn't so you gave the win to Penta, Mysterio, and Dragon Lee, but it still doesn't make Division look bad. What do you think?
Oddly enough, I think so. Austin Theory makes Division look bad. Austin Theory does not fit with this group.
This is the second time
Austin Theory does not make sense in this group.
It's the second time he's been pinned in a match. theory.
Really? What was you guys? You got pinned already? Coming back? No, but didn't he beat the? Oh yeah,
that's why they brought him to this group, so somebody in that group could take a pin while the rest of them look good. Because they're not going to have Logan Paul get pinned.
No,
they're not going to have Logan Paul eat the pins. They're not going to have Bronson Reed eat the pins. They're not going to have Braun Breaker eat the pins. That's what Austin Theory's in that group for, is just to
maybe
keep the vision beatable.
You think that he is actually working for Seth Rollins and he's taking the pins and all these things on purpose?
Right now, no. Do I think they could potentially go that route? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think right now, no.
Yeah. Him getting knuckled by Mysterio with the brass knucks.
Hey, listen, that was Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce
not a play. That's just what happens.
Adam Pearce is freaking really making the Vision hate him, if you really think about it.
Yeah, something happened with that. Definitely. What? I don't know. Something's gonna happen.
Then everyone's new favorite tag team, Riho.
Isn't that a wrestler's name?
Or Rio. Sorry, Rio.
Rio.
That's the name of a movie.
Not Riho. Who?
Riho.
Who? No, Rio.
Damn. Io Sky jumping in Triple H arms. That could have been me, should have been me.
Yep.
Bastards. Bastard Triple H. Hate him.
Rhea Ripley and Io Sky enter the ring. After a few words, they let us know they are entering the Royal Rumble. Before much more can be said, Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez interrupt them. They have some friendly advice for them. Ripley will turn on her tag team partner eventually. Her selfishness will get in the way. Also, they let us know Morgan, Perez, and Rodriguez are entering the Royal Rumble. Ripley asks how that's going to work. Rodriguez blindsided Ripley, and Judgment Day uses the numbers to take them out.
Actually, okay aside, I actually think that Io Sky is the one that turns on Rhea.
I don't think there's going to be a turn from these two for a while.
Not for a while. But
if there is a turn, I think it'll come after they drop the belts.
After WrestleMania, I think. Actually, okay aside, I actually think that the Judgment Day does break up, and I actually think that because Liv Morgan wins the Royal Rumble to go to the championship is going to make freaking Raquel even more pissed because she wants to go for the belt.
I think they have to break them up now, just simply for the fact that this tag team has become very stagnant, or this stable.
But I do want to see Roxanne Perez and Liv win the belts, But I don't know if that's going to happen. I think that Liv is going to be the odd woman out. She wins. I think they're going to turn on her.
Our third match of the night was your boys Bouncy Javon Evans versus El Grande Americano. Kaiser. With El Grande Americano picking up the win after the doctors ruled that Javon Evans is too injured to continue. It looked like in the match it was a wrist issue.
Yep.
And then when the doctor stoppage, it was stopped for a shoulder issue.
Yep. And
reports are from the dirt sheets and the people in the know that Javon Evans is not actually hurt. They believe he's in concussion protocol, that it was more so a minor concussion. He was already seen leaving the arena with the rest of the crew and heading to the next town. And Javon Evans, we're being led to believe that Javon Evans is not going to miss any time, that he's in concussion protocol.
He's going to be in the Royal Rumble.
It's a minor concussion.
He'll be back at the Royal Rumble. So,
yeah, I'll give him 2 weeks.
Adam Pearce agrees to let Braun Breaker back next week, but only so they can talk face to face to see if they can iron things out. AJ Styles catches up with Pearce and confirms he will put his career on the line against Gunther at the Royal Rumble. Pearce makes it official. Asuka is upset with Kairi, saying, Kairi! She's winning lately.
But you see, I'm going to tell you, go. That makes me laugh every time she goes, Kylie. She gets scared, but I think they're gonna break up. I think I'll do anything to help you in the Royal Rumble. She had a fist clenched. I think she's gonna friggin' wind up punching
Asuka.
I think that Saeed's gonna.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised that hasn't happened already.
It's gonna happen now. It's gonna happen in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
Asuka. Yeah. A desperate Kyrie promises she will help Asuka win the Royal Rumble. She hopes for Kyrie's sake that she doesn't need to yell at her again. Which leads us to our final match of the night, our main event, World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk versus Finn Balor, with CM Punk retaining. We had a nice show of sportsmanship is shared after the match between Punk and Balor. I like that Finn Balor came out to his old black and gold theme music.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Came out. He goes, he's happy that he could spend time with his mom because they had the after the show. He came out to thank the crowd, to thank the hometown. It was a dream come true that he was there for his mom's birthday. His mom got to see him wrestle. So that's what I'm trying to say. I think he's turning face. He's going to turn face. He's going to be good. He's going to be good. I think Judgment Day is on its way out. I think they're going to dismantle the entire. Let everybody do their own separate things than being combined to a team. And just move on. Judgment Day had its time. I think they'll wait till JD McDonough comes back, and I think you got to put JD McDonough in the division with Devon Evans. I want to see that Devon Evans versus JD McDonough. That'd be a freaking awesome match when he comes back. Dominic Mysterio is going to come back eventually. Lose the belts. So.
I will agree with you there, but I believe it is time to take the Intercontinental Championship off of Dominic Mysterio once and for all.
Yeah. You know what? Give the Intercontinental Championship to Finn Balor for the time being to give him a belt. To make him pop, to make him really to escalate that belt again and just build him up like that. So then eventually you can put him back in the championship picture again to go after the belt down the road. Because right now, you got too many people right now. You got Braun Breaker's going to win the belt. You all know that Braun Breaker's going to win the belt. So,
yeah,
we'll see.
And that was your Monday Night Raw recap. Next up, we have NXT, or I'd like to call it Backstage WWE, because that's where everything in NXT happens is backstage.
Yeah.
This
good
last
match.
night's
match.
Tuesday night's episode of NXT was live from the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. NXT North American Championship match. Ethan Page defeated Elio LaFleur by pinfall, holding the tights. He had a brief exchange with Ricky Saints after Saints is coming out to scope out who is the next match. Interesting that they had a man in his debut lose.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But it was a good match. It was close. It could have been anybody's game.
And is it just me, or is it weird seeing a Frenchman with a luchador mask?
He's a luchador.
I guess.
Keanu Carver was spotlighted with footage from LFG in the past of him arguing with Booker T. We got a qualifying match. Shiloh Hill defeated Josh Briggs by pinfall. Tony D'Angelo then took them both out.
And they got arrested.
And why is Shiloh Hill defeating Josh Briggs in anything?
I don't know.
That's my question.
I don't know.
Interesting turn of events there. Backstage, Zarya is upset with Sol Ruka for not supporting her as much with her TNA Knockout World Championship match. Zarya said she's not 100% right now, and if that costs them their tag team match tonight, for Ruka not to blame her. The Vanity Project, swipe right. Brad, stupidest fucking name in wrestling. Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes defeated Chase U, Gail Dixon, and Connors by pinfall. Yuria Connors by
The Vanity Project.
Swipe right. Stupidest fucking name in wrestling. Stupidest fucking name ever. Ever.
That's how you feel, Matt? That's how you feel?
Yes, it is. Maybe only second to the Spirit Squad.
Oh, there you go.
Spirit Squad. Hey, don't mess with the Spirit Squad.
Backstage, pro wrestling's #1 nepo baby Ava was talking to Robert Stone when Lola Vice interrupted, and Thea Hale immediately followed. So on February 3rd, Hale and Vice will face Izzy Dame in a triple threat match for the NXT Women's North American Championship. Poor Izzy. Poor just Izzy Dame. Poor Lola Vice. Poor Thea Hale. Like, how did Izzy Dame go from being the NXT champion to being bitched to North American Championship? Never know. I don't know. Kiana Carver refused to answer any questions in an interview with Blake Howard. Jada Parker, Miss Parker, cut an in-ring promo about how she can't catch a break, but she can catch eyes and attention, and how she'll prove all her doubters wrong. Blake Monroe interrupts to steal the spotlight. The segment just sort of ended after Parker mentioned how she's right there, but Monroe didn't do anything.
But when Monroe came out, didn't it sound like what's the name from AEW came out?
Yeah, she had a very Tony Storm-esque.
Yes, Tony Storm, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I was like this when I saw it like this. I was like, "What? Tony Storm? What the hell's going on here?"
Yep, I thought the same thing.
Miles Bourne was talking to Ava backstage when Elio Lafleur thanked Ava for the opportunity. Ricky Saint went by to say he wants to see the next match, but unlike D'Angelo, he's just been watching. Bourne then confronted Saints, and Ethan Page immediately jumped in as well. So this could all basically be a roundabout weird way for Page to tell Bourne that we all know what you need to do.
That's a basic question. Do you think Ricky Saints? You think we're going to see the debut of Zilla?
I think so. I hope so.
I hope so too.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. I like Zilla Fatu. I think he'd be a huge in WWE.
Yep.
Him and Jacob Fatu would absolutely run the show if they tagged him up.
Oh hell yeah!
But then we got a qualifying match for that ladder match for the now vacant NXT World Championship. Sean Legacy defeated Eli Knight. Sorry, wrong nights. Getting my nights mixed up. Eli Knight by pinfall. D'Angelo attacked both Knight and Legacy after the match and willingly allowed himself to be arrested by security guards Ava brought out. Again, you're having a new person you just signed and called up lose. All right. But yet Trick Williams is on the main roster just beating the likes of Matt Cardona. Makes sense to me, said no one ever in professional wrestling.
Yep. There you go.
The Culling wants OOTM and Dark State to fight it out to snatch the NXT Tag Team Championships away from whoever is left standing. OTM addresses the camera in the next segment, where Blake Howard failed to get a word in from Tony D'Angelo as he was taken away to call for a tag team title match next week. Again, if you're keeping a track at home, we are probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours in NXT, and we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 matches. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 backstage segments. But hold up.
There's more.
Just wait. There's more. Robert Stone told Jackson Drake backstage that his qualifying match for next week will be against Joe Hendry, who appeared in place of the one of two girls the Vanity Project were flirting with, which made Ricky Smokes concerned that he had kissed that girl and wondered if that meant that he kissed Joe Hendry. A weird thing. Yet again, just when you think the backstage segments are over, NXT has one more for you. Backstage Dark State hyped themselves up to fight OTM next week, as well as how Dixon Lennox will face Miles Bourne. It was also announced that Keanu Carver will face Andre Chase in their third remaining qualifier. That led us to our fifth match of the night.
Fifth match.
TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Champion, #1 contenders, triple threat tag team match. Sol Ruka and Zarya defeated Fatal Influence, Fallon Henley, and Reed and I can't ever say the what's that group's name? Kendall Gray and Warren Sinclair.
Oh, rank QCC or yeah.
Yeah, Ren QCC, whatever it is. There you go. Zol Ruka are gonna be going to place your tag team TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championships, and that was your NXT for Tuesday, January 20th, 2026.
There you go.
What a show. What a show. From one shit show of a show to another, I have a feeling that we're going to make our preview and picks for Saturday Night Main Event all 3 matches.
Maybe 4 tomorrow night.
Oh, guys. That's another thing I'm sick of, making matches on SmackDown.
Let's roll it, Sticks.
Yep.
Oh, joy. We have Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez World Tag Team Championship match. I'm going to say Rhea Ripley and Io Sky win this match. Because I think we're too close to Royal Rumble. They're not going to change titles right now.
You never know.
Yeah. I'm going with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky.
Go ahead, Dom.
All right, listen. Say if Raquel comes out and helps them. Could have a shot, but then it's too soon. You don't just put the belts on them right off the bat to make them a. So, but I'm still going with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. I think, if anything, Raquel comes out to help them and botches and makes them lose.
Hey, listen, I think this is a great way to start the end of the Judgment Day. You have them lose, and then you have Liv win the Royal Rumble.
Yep.
And Liv is like, look, you're all losers. You guys can't win. I can. Raquel, you couldn't win the championship. You know, Little Miss Prodigy, you couldn't win anything. So, I'm going to go do my thing because I'm a winner, and I'll see you losers later. And
there
that's
you go.
when
you're right. So Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Judgment Day, Liv and Roxanne. Raquel comes out to try to help and botches and messes up, and they lose. There you go.
Yep. I too have Rhea and Io retaining for this match. Yep. I don't see him changing the belt. So. All right, next.
Cody Rhodes versus
you see now. Now you see this now. This can go either way.
In a grudge match. Don't forget it's a grudge match, man.
Me personally,
Cody Rhodes versus Jekyll.
I think Cody Rhodes wins. McIntyre makes freaking Jacob Fatu lose. Interferes. Or Randy Orton could pop up and do something. Find out Randy Orton was the one that knocked him out, and Cody wins because of that. But Cody,
if we're going to build to what Dom thinks is going to be WrestleMania Night 2 match, Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship, you have to have Jacob Fatu go over Cody Rhodes in this match. So I am going to, in the spirit of Dom, even though I don't think it's going to happen, caveat, the spirit of Dom's idea and saying I'm never going to bet against Dom and this kind of stuff, I'm going to go with Jacob Fatu to go over Cody Rhodes to get that push towards Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. I don't think it's going to happen, but that's what I'm going to go with.
Right. So I do have one question for you, Don. If you think that Randy Orton is the one that attacked Fatu. Why have Fatu go after McIntyre in the cage?
Because he thinks that McIntyre is the one that did it. Because they had a feud before he went out.
You just said that Orton was the one that did it.
Yes, he don't know that. He thinks that McIntyre did it. Because
so he thinks McIntyre did it.
Yeah, because prior to that him going out, McIntyre had a feud with him.
Okay.
So that's why.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah. Fatu is going over on Cody. Cody can lose here and start his build up after here.
Cody loses nothing by losing.
Yeah. Remember, Cody got pinned one time last year. Or two times, whatever. Think about it.
One's by Juan Cena.
Yeah.
It's Cena.
And then who's the other one?
Drew McIntyre. No, that happened this year.
Nope.
No. That happened this
year. He didn't get pinned. Drew McIntyre won by falling out of the thing.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. I'm going Sami Zayn. I've been saying it. Randy Orton versus Trick Williams versus Damian Priest versus Sami Zayn. Number 1 contenders fatal 4-way match for a chance to face Drew McIntyre. At the Royal Rumble, live from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Next Saturday, January 31st. And I'm going with Sami Zayn.
You know what? I'm going with Sami Zayn because Jacob Fatu is going to find out that
goddamn it, you son of a bitch! You better not. No, you better not. You've been telling me this whole time that
because Randy Orton not. Listen, Randy Orton. They're going to find out that Randy Orton was the culprit to freaking Jacob Fatu. I'm telling you.
You son of a bitch! Yeah. We had this huge argument in a group chat about how Sami Zayn was not facing Drew McIntyre at Royal Rumble, and now you're going to come here live on the show and change your mind.
Hey, listen,
you pickle Dom, you.
See, look, I'm gonna tell you this.
Tom just had his heel turn live on air.
We don't know. Look, we all know that Damian Priest ain't winning. We all know that freaking Trick Williams ain't winning.
No,
it's a toss-up between Sami Zayn and Randy Orton. But because Randy Orton, the storyline with McIntyre and Jacob Fatu. See, the whole fact is what might happen. You know what? To come to think about it,
McIntyre's got the belt.
If Sami Zayn wins the opportunity to challenge McIntyre for the belt, he's not going to win the belt. The whole fact is that you might have Jacob Fatu might go after Randy Orton. That might be a storyline right there. Them fight, and Cody is in limbo. But don't see Randy. I don't see Randy winning it either because I'm telling you, Randy's going to be part of that whole freaking storyline with that. He'll get it later. He'll get it later on. That's what leads to the matches of WrestleMania. But Sami Zayn.
Don't you do this to me, Dom. You are not allowed to. You have to pick Randy Orton.
Right. So you can't pick Sami Zayn. Look, let me ask you a question. Number 1 contender to fight McIntyre for the belt, right? If Sami wins, he's going to fight for the belt before Royal Rumble. I mean, after Royal Rumble. Somewhere not on the Royal Rumble. He's not going to fight. He's going to fight the. Yeah, he's gonna fight the McIntyre in the Royal Rumble, right?
Yes, at the Royal Rumble. Yes.
That's right. I'm sorry. The Royal Rumble is next week after next Saturday.
Yes.
So that's the case. That's gonna be. He's not winning the belt off McIntyre.
No, he's not. He's not winning the belt, but he's gonna face McIntyre at Saturday at Royal Rumble.
Sami Zayn, due to the fact. See, Trick Williams is going to probably have a thing with Damian Priest. They're going to do that.
Believe this guy sticks?
I'm sorry. Believe me, what?
He made a giant stink. Nah. There's no way Sami Zayn is winning this triple threat match to face Drew McIntyre at Royal Rumble. It ain't happening. Sami Zayn is going to be in the Royal Rumble. Sami Zayn is going to be in the Royal Rumble. No, he's not, Dom. No, he's not winning this match. He's going to be in the Royal Rumble.
But Sami Zayn is going to be in the Royal Rumble.
No, he's not. If he's going to be at Royal Rumble fighting Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. That's what Sami Zayn's going to do.
I know, but
he ain't pulling double duty.
You don't think they pull double duty if they fight?
No, I don't think he's pulling double duty.
Especially
not when he's got a world championship match.
Right.
Whew. All right. So, I don't have Trick winning. I don't have Priest winning. Yeah, I like the idea of Sami Zayn going on into the Royal Rumble. And
Yeah, you do.
maybe so. Something. I think that Fatu might interject into this, causing
Why? Why would
Randy
Fatu get in the middle of
to
this?
lose.
Randy Orton is the key. I'm telling you.
And then Sami Zayn will win.
I mean, you think they watch professional wrestling, right? Can you believe these guys? I don't believe these guys. Do you believe these guys? Like, man. All right.
I don't know. I don't see Zayn getting. I see. I don't see Orton. Zayn will win, but Orton's gonna get. There's gonna be someone taking him out. I think it'll be Fatu.
All right. I hope you both are right.
I'm gonna go with Dom's angle that maybe he's confused and who it is, so he's going after both of them. So I'll take Dom on that angle.
All right.
Someone's dropping their forks on their dinner plates at the audacity of your guys' picks here.
There we go. All our results will be tallied next week, next Thursday, or actually, I think it'll be next Wednesday next week on Off the Mat, and then we'll have a IWC Saturday Night's Main Event belt holder.
Champion. Yes. Someone's got to take that belt off Dom. He's had it for too long. He's held that championship for far too long. All right, boys. Well, I think that brings us to the end of our show. Anything else you guys want to touch on before we call it a night?
What else?
I think we covered just about everything today, actually.
Oh, so
pretty good.
So Evil from New Japan apparently is rumored to be going to WWE.
Everyone's rumored to be coming to WWE.
Yeah, it's like everybody's going to Disney. Like all the,
you get a WWE contract, and you get a WWE contract, and you get a WWE. You back there get a WWE contract.
Yeah,
Sticks has got a WWE contract.
Now that Dom has said that, I'm going to announce my interjection into the Royal Rumble.
There you go. I
declare for the Royal Rumble.
Am declaring for the Royal Rumble.
So am I. I am declaring for the Royal Rumble, and I will win the Royal Rumble.
There we go. Why not? Everybody else has their chance. Why not?
No, listen. I will lose the Royal Rumble. You got to turn back.
Hey, all you got to do is last longer than Pat McAfee, and I think you're secured.
Yo, listen. They were thinking about making Pat McAfee win the against Gunther. Imagine he would put Gunther out.
That would then. Yeah.
Unreal. Yeah.
That would not have worked.
But all right. Well, I think
he had a good show though.
That's it for all of us. Let us know in the comment section below your picks for Saturday night's main event live on the Peacock this Saturday. Make sure to join us next Wednesday night probably for our Royal Rumble prediction show, where we will hopefully know exactly the full match card for the Royal Rumble, and we can go over and give our predictions on who wins the men's Royal Rumble, who wins the women's Royal Rumble, who wins the the WWE Universal Championship, and so much more. If you want more from Sticks, you can catch him on his channel every Tuesday night for his Doctor Who show. If you want more for Dom, you can check him out right here every Thursday night, where his beautiful mug is spitting off nonsense about professional wrestling. Or you can see him talk about comics every Friday night over on our sister channel Renovision down there. You can find the link at the bottom, as well as sticks for the qualified. You can catch Dom spitting Star Wars heat every Sunday night on Renovision on Tales from the Dark Side, the #1 Star Wars show on YouTube. I don't care what anybody says. And of course, you can catch me all week long here on Absolute Geek, as well as Saturday nights on Renovision and Absolute Geek for Saturday night special, or just do the right thing and watch us all here next Wednesday night as we're talking about the Royal Rumble. I can't believe we're already at Royal Rumble season, boys. Hopefully the road to WrestleMania is exciting, or as exciting as it was.
I know next week
last year.
Next week we'll talk about the predictions for the Royal Rumble next week, and give our predictions on who's coming in, the surprises it could possibly be.
Thanks, Chris Collinsworth, or John Madden, because I pretty much just said that and you just repeated exactly what I said. So yeah. On that note, Dom, take us out with some words of wisdom.
All right. The way to get started is to quit talking and start doing. Plain and simple. Plain and simple.
Fucking resident Nostradamus over here. So long, everyone. Enjoy SmackDown and Raw. And we'll see you guys right here at a special time next Wednesday night for our Royal Rumble prediction show. And until then, have a great week. Enjoy some local professional wrestling. And we'll see you next time on Off the Mat.
In the ring, the lights go down. Roaring crowd, they scream and shout. Chants echo, shaking the ground. Warriors clash, the game is found. Welcome to the show.